Hello, and welcome to tonight's episode of Loot Die Repeat, where a bunch of us picnicking schmucks sit around and roll some dice. We do a lot of laughing at each other and some clever storytelling, known as Dungeons & Dragons, and we are glad for you to be here joining us. Hope you had an enjoyable weekend and got to spend some time relaxing and remembering those who have sacrificed their lives for our freedoms here in this amazing country. And we want to thank all of the servicemen and women who are part of our little community here. Thank you for your service. And for any family who has had members serve, and especially for those of you who have had family members give their lives, we again say thank you, and we remember and honor that sacrifice. Well, tonight we have a bunch of giveaways that we are going to do, and you can see them right over here above my right shoulder on the left side of your screen. And they are, if we get 3 new subs, I think we have a stone golem. And regardless of how many new subs we get, we will give away some sweet, deep cobalt blue dice, as well as I think a dryad mini is in there, and a little like demon dog is in there as well. So those are fun. And if we get those 3 new subs, we will give away the stone golem. And if we get, I think we're, what are we? I think we're 40 new subs away from giving away that water dragon, the purple water dragon that you see there. So those are all just ways of saying thank you to the community who is here being a part of our storytelling live on Twitch. Of course, you can impact the game through the cheering of bits. If you type into the chat ~rewards, it will show you all the different ways that you can affect the game, and certainly does affect the outcome. Last week, it definitely gave our players advantage and offset some of the advantages that I have, as well as disadvantages, and you guys were able to essentially neutralize some pretty big stuff, and especially since I played some of those spells wrong. Oh well, learning experience for me. I never cast a maze spell before, so I messed that one up.
Oh, really?
You should have been gone automatically.
Oh, without a
And then the next turn, when you're in there, you make the save, and then you would have gotten out. So, oh well. Oh well, I messed that one up.
Let's just say I would have critted it.
You would have. I mean, but it would have been one turn that you were off the battlefield. And I also messed up telekinesis on Marishka. But
put you straight though as well on the
you did. Oh, and I was. Now, to be fair, you can matter of interpretation, but I agree with you. The right interpretation is the one that I was being a jerk to oppose.
So you admit it.
I admitted it last week.
I just
right
wanted
away.
to hear it again.
I have admitted it again.
But I did clip it.
Yeah, you should clip it for yourself. Yep, I was a jerk to Carissa, and so I.
The one who brings him fruit snacks about every week.
It's true. She brings me fruit snacks, and I was still a jerk to her. So, but I appreciate those corrections because I certainly get things wrong.
And whiskey.
And apart from the apologies with spell rulings last week.
Don't apologize if they were in our favor.
Yeah, they were. They were in your favor. We also would encourage you to engage on our socials. We have a Discord channel which has an active community. Talk through a bunch of fun stuff in terms of what happened in the game, and there is a Zentarum channel about to launch where you can have a Zentarum character that may very well show up in our campaign.
Super pumped for
which
that.
is really fun. So Scooby-Doo has been doing a ton of work on that. And frankly, if you watch closely these last 2 episodes, a lot of the lore that was included in those episodes and will likely be discussed tonight is directly connected to some of the Zentarum options that you'll have on our Discord channel to be an NPC in our world, but a PC on the channel. So would definitely encourage you to check that out as well. And I think that some of our players may even may even have an evil Zent in there or two.
Oh, absolutely.
So.
You guys are double agents.
Yeah.
I love playing against myself. It's great.
So that'll be fun. And there's also Insta account, which hasn't been super active lately. I apologize for that. And a Twitter and YouTube. And all of your connections with those things would be greatly appreciated. Okay. Well, without further ado, are you holding up a hamburger at me? Yes? I want a cheeseburger. All right.
Now what can you do for us, man? Dom, you on?
All right. We are going to do a recap.
Jake, ask him that every time we're about to die. Hey, Matt, do you want a cheeseburger?
Hey, Matt, you want a cheeseburger?
All right. So, our recap. Our adventurers, the Shades, have traveled north to a farmhouse that they hope to find the deed within so that they can effect transfer to a new owner so that the previous owner can sail off into the sunset and make a new life for her and her son. And so they have arrived at this farmhouse, finding it occupied by an old enemy, the Zentarim, a collective of nefarious assassins and thieves, essentially a thieves guild that spans throughout the Sword Coast, the continent, the northeastern part of the continent that they inhabit, and whom JB was formerly a part of, and whom Morthos had run-ins in the past, who also was successful in kidnapping Killian and JB, though they were rescued by their friends. So being opposed by the Zent, who were laying in wait for them there, a pitched battle ensued, and the party, through some good tactics, effective use of illusion spells, and of focusing their firepower, were able to overcome the Zentarim trap that had been laid. And all of the low-level thugs were taken care of, and even several of the assassins were taken care of as well. The 3 wizards that lay in wait did make their escape, though they came pretty close. 2 of them came pretty close to expiring. And perhaps the largest and biggest surprise was the revelation that the Zentarim have a female, blue-skinned, JB-looking
Mother effer.
She's cute.
lady.
Got a big old nose.
JB looking.
He's bald.
Pelicans have no nose.
It's just like
Voldemort in blue. Vedalken. The second to be known to inhabit this entire realm, as Vedalken are native to another realm known as Ravnica. And JB knows and understands this to be his daughter, who he didn't until recently know he even had a daughter.
Terrible father.
And
We've
now,
all been there.
learning that he had a daughter, and learning that at some way, somehow, the Zentarim have her, and in fact, JB's arch nemesis, Phineas, a wizard gnome, was referred to by her as Papa multiple times.
Popo Gigo.
makes me so angry.
So angry.
At this realization and the battle coming to an end, JB rushed inside to see what he could find, and in a fit of rage, messaged Phineas, let him know that he was coming for him.
Is that what he said?
My paraphrase.
Oh.
And
Words never to be
Phineas
used again.
responds.
That was the first one of like all of LDR, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
No.
yeah.
No.
Great. No, I loved it.
No, we've been there before.
I hated it. I wanted to drop it.
Phineas, Phineas responds with a laugh. I'd like to see you try. And an silence.
Oh, we're gonna kill him. It's
And
great.
Shades, the battle is over. The farm is still. You are all kind of outside with the exception of JB, who has rushed in. The remains of the Zent lay around. There is a tree that is on fire. There are several scorch marks around the grounds where fireballs and where flaming walls had been utilized. The barn itself, oddly, doesn't seem to have been set afire from the multiple fireballs that were exploded against it. And
Handy.
what would you do?
Morthos immediately leaps off the roof of the building, starts picking up his gold.
Nice.
So there's a large pile of gold that had been burned out
And you kind of
of.
hear him going, my precious, my precious, my
Killian
precious.
takes 5 of them as he walks through it to the barn or to
He's
the
gonna
house.
feel it and like that. That's light.
That's
All right, who has my 5 gold? It's missing.
I was just kidding. Here you go.
I imagine as he's
but
counting
I
the
would-
gold, I'm dropping haste as well.
I would go immediately to follow JB and see what he's doing
Okay.
to check in on him.
So Killian, you make your way inside, and JB is
JB
up the stairs at the upper floor.
JB was going to be investigating the area,
The whole place. For
blue hair, any hair that was dropped behind.
Blue hair. Please roll an investigation check.
And he'll use exceptional wit. And Killian comes in and just,
Mr. JB, how are you feeling about everything?
27.
27. You go over to the corner where Morthos described her sitting,
Mhm.
having Sola's old sword that was rotating and levitating in her hand that she was concentrating upon. And you look around there. And there is nothing on the floor. But in the wall,
Ooh,
where she was leaning back,
Nice.
it's brain matter.
Oh, Lord.
She died.
there is a single blue hair that you find kind of having been plucked from when she must have sat back and was in concentration and then kind of rushed to her feet with some haste.
I will take hold of that strand of hair and tuck it away in a piece of cloth in my pockets.
This is a weirdo now.
So
Most definitely.
please, you can add to your inventory lock of Mary Sue's hair.
Mr. JB, are you okay? Did you find anything of your what I assume is your daughter?
Well, it seems as though she has left already with the rest of them. I have found remnants of her hair, most likely, and other than that, I have no path of connection. So I'm not sure about the rest of this building. I'm going to sit down for a minute.
And as he sits down, Killian kind of grabs his knee as he's like now at that height, and says, just looks into his eyes. Are you okay?
I'm perfectly fine, yes.
And
of
then I would
course.
incite that.
Why would I not be?
Crit.
I guess I have to roll deception. I don't think I got anything on that puppy.
So technically, it's
Deception.
28.
I think it'd be
2.
So what are your what kind of feelings are you actually putting off?
So you would see a emotionless face. Vedalken are notorious at being kind of stoic with their emotions. What you do pick up on is a fidget, kind of in the eye. You see kind of a nervous shuffling of his hands, and then kind of clenched fists that release back to kind of calm. And there is a intensity in his eyes that, though his face when he says to you, "I'm fine," would be the normal JB, "I'm fine," there's an intensity in his eyes that gives evidence of a simmering rage that is being kept in emotional check.
So as Killian, as he sits down and grabs, and Killian kind of, cups his knee and asks this question, and he says, "I'm okay," and I obviously know that he's not okay. Killian then jumps up into his arms and gives him a hug and whispers in his ear, "We'll get her for you. Don't worry," and just holds a hug for like an uncomfortable amount of time.
This is all inside.
This is before anybody gets in there, so it's just
Darn
the
it.
two of us.
We can make it if we try.
JB will hold
Lost
his
it.
arms
Lost the
out
note.
to sort of catch you from falling. Other than that, he won't move or change his facial features or anything.
Okay.
He'll just hold you, but not hug you.
Right. Right. Which is fine.
Important
Which is what I
He
expect.
will
but
avoid placing hand upon buttock.
Is that what you rolled
Other
for?
than that,
Actually, I need you to roll. I need you to roll for that.
Roll for hand play.
I got good decks.
Roll a
and
sensuality check.
as he comes out of the hug, he goes, I know this can't be easy, but as the Shades, we will fight for vindication for your daughter as well as we will for you.
Yes, well, the goal, my goal in this group all along was to fight against the Zent in opposition of the storm, and so, of course, you'll help me. That's our goal.
Yeah.
No problem.
And and I just wink. Yeah, of course. That's it.
Got it. Yeah.
Then I would just want to take a look around and see what the Zint had left or what they had kind of set up in the house.
Please roll a perception check.
It's 27.
Well, there are a couple things you notice.
You find nothing.
I like it when he finds things.
First off, you hear before you see the sound of muttering. You look around, and then you look up, and you don't see, but you recognize that in the loft above, where there was a ladder that had been kind of pulled, there seems to be some muttering coming from up there. You don't see from who or what. You also look around, and on the floor, you see scrawled in large writing into the floor. It says, "Until we meet again, Shades."
We've been tricked. We've been had. We've been quite possibly bamboozled.
Bamboozled.
Do I recognize the handwriting at all?
It looks to be magically
Okay.
inscribed.
Yeah.
So it's not like someone carved it. It's just like, boom, left message left. There is no furniture anywhere. It's been completely cleared out. There are what look to be several within the stone walls. And it's not entirely stone. It's kind of like stucco, but the fireplace is made of stone, and the lower level is stone, and so kind of near the bottom of the floor, kind of going down to the first level and then into the basement, you notice a couple of stones that seem to be sticking out further than the rest of the mason work.
And this was in the lower level?
This is in the top
Kind of
level.
like on the baseboard. of the-
Yeah, like the stone, essentially like a stone baseboard type of a
Do
thing.
they look magical?
As well as in the fireplace. You notice you notice 3 loose stones along the baseboard, and from where you are, that's what you see. Before we continue there, let's go outside. So, Ray walks off towards the flower garden.
What, you got out?
The
I'm
cage.
assuming, well, no, the Ray, okay.
Right in the cage.
Ray and Miku are trapped in the cage and will be there for another hour. So,
Let's leave them.
Ray just kind of sits down and lets her rage wear off, and she takes out one of the horns that she'd been working on, and she just starts whittling. And you can watch as the kind of the tension in her body eases away, and pretty soon she's kind of happily humming to herself, her pigtails bobbing away as she's just kind of whittling. Miku sits down next to her and kind of puts his one hand on his right head and his left hand on his left head and just watches her, kind of enraptured almost that he's in the company of a storm giant. That's kind of the sense that you get. At least the sense you get from one of the heads. Q. Me, the left head, is just watching wordlessly, looking at the cage, investigating, digs a little bit. You can kind of see him just taking it in, and then looking beyond the cage to some of the other, looking at the marks of fire in the ground, and looking at the any kind of space where spells had been cast and used. You kind of throughout that hour kind of catch his gaze going to those areas.
Mariska is walking around, just using control flames to just extinguish the trees that are on fire, and so that the property doesn't burn down.
And you do. You're able to quickly get the fire under control. There is one tree that is very badly burned, but it hasn't burned down entirely. And with quick action, I presume that you kind of focus on that right away.
Mhm.
It likely, with some tending to, would, especially if someone who was a druid might know how to help the tree out. So,
And then knowing that there had been people who had either fallen out of trees or been in that area, I'm just also looking at the ground to see if anything fell.
so there's the corpse of several Zentarum around. If you want, there's an assassin. There are several thugs if you want to
Oh yeah.
investigate them. All
Hmm.
right. And this is all kind of happening while Morthos is gathering up his gold.
Yeah, I do keep looking at the piles of gold and nope.
I was gonna be going through the Zentarum.
I picked up the other lion. I'm assuming.
The other what?
The lion.
Yes, you got your 2 lions back. So Mariska, let me have a investigation check, and Rubius an investigation check, please.
15.
That is a 13.
13. Each of you find the equivalent of 100 gold combined. So that's on the... No, I'm sorry. 400 gold, because there are 4 corpses.
Ooh.
And it's all... Each one of them are in, the same size pouch. It appears that all of these thugs and assassins... Let's see. No. I'm sorry. 500 gold. There were 5 bodies.
It wasn't 6.
I'll forgive you this time.
There was, but I forgot to put it out.
So is that something we split?
So there's 5 pouches with 10 platinums within them each.
Interesting.
And it seems that they all received payment for the same job.
Less interesting. Makes more sense.
So is there anything that's interesting about the minting of these coins? Like, is it from the same region currency that we're in, or anything distinctive like that?
The Sword Coast generally uses the same common currency. There are different cities do have some unique coins that they would use, but the general currency is so it's just platinum, 10 platinums apiece. Rubius, on one of the bodies, you do find a poisoner's kit.
Ooh.
And you also find a vial of poison, which you surmise belonged to one of the assassins.
So you said we found 5 bags between us. How does that divvy up? Like 2 and 3, 3 and 2, 4 and 1?
I
He
mean,
doesn't do that.
you're all outside. I mean,
A vial of poison, you say?
yep. So the way that
Keep it
works
all-
is you can coat a blade twice with it. Two separate.
What about an arrow?
You can coat 6 different bolts with it.
Ooh. Even though they're magical?
Physical bow.
It stacks because it's a
So magical bolts he can...
he can coat with poison. No. I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yes, his radiant
they kinda
bolts
just show
that
up.
materialize, he would not be able to coat those.
Okay.
But the
But
normal
I would have to do that before combat.
correct.
And how long does it last?
It lasts for 1 minute.
All right.
So in combat. Sorry to
Or-
slow it down. I
or-
would take an action to.
It's a bonus action, I think.
Or like
to
when
coat
we
it.
were sneaking and we knew we were...
About to go into it,
Yeah, then.
which is gonna happen here again soon.
You just feel it? Feeling your loin?
Feeling in my plums.
Feel it in my loins.
So then, totally ignoring whatever somber attitude or environment is over, the house and everything, you just see Mariska hold up these bags and turn around like, money! Oh, I love it when this happens. Chicken, chicken, chicken. It's like
So you have the
clinking.
50 platinum that you can distribute however you
And
would.
at the sound of that, Bart mockingly jumps off the roof like Morthos did for money. Just copying the same tumbling tactic. Hits the ground and goes, "Oh, look, I'm Morthos." Ah.
Smashing impression.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good.
It sounds like him. So,
All for gold.
did we find the blue lady? Everything's quiet in the house. Are they talking,
Yeah,
or did
maybe she died.
Ooh.
That'd have been a rough way to find your daughter.
Ooh.
I think I'll go in and check. That's probably... He might be really cut up about it.
Let's go check in on JP.
Yeah.
Is Martha's done? All his coins back.
Morthos, you cannibalize the coin pouch of one of the bodies,
All right.
and you have actually of 3 of the bodies because your coin pouch was rather bulging, and
30 minutes. We got there.
What?
He just
got
said
there.
bulging.
We did it.
You took it
Like
there.
a disc. A
We did
bulging
it.
disc.
We did
disc.
it. Good job, team.
And so now you have 3 coin purses that you split your fortune between.
Harder for someone to get it all.
Didn't his pants burn or something?
What accent does
pants
he
did not
speak?
burn.
It's
all over
amazing.
the place.
So as we're walking in, then I would pat Bart and Morthos on the back and just be like, "Nice fighting, boys." And then we keep walking in.
Thank you, Mariska.
I'm going to go check the barn.
She just walked right by, man.
Do you want help?
Sure.
Well, are you going inside or are you going to the barn?
I did say I was going inside. Actually, Bart said he was going inside. Oliver wants to go to the barn. We're going to flip a coin. Bart's going inside. Yeah.
Bart is
Going to walk in.
okay. So Bart enters in about the time that Killian's kind of looking up to the loft above. Rubius and Marishko, what are you guys doing as Morthos goes to the barn?
I'm walking in to check on JB.
Yeah.
Okay, so everyone's going into the house and Morthos is going to the barn. Okay,
This is where deals with demons get done.
Mhm. Maybe.
very
Or
good.
Something.
Don't tear your eye out.
The Ray is still in her cage, and you all make your way to the barn.
Keep an eye on me.
That's the best
And
babysitting
I'm
we've
sorry,
ever done.
to the
House.
house. They all come in as you're kind of having done your little recon,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know if there's any further conversation you wanted to have with Killian upon the realizations of what you found.
The minute Bart would come in.
I'm sorry, I meant JB. I was looking at you and said Killian. I meant JB.
Yeah. The minute Bart would come in, you see these stones that looked out of place.
Yeah.
Maybe you can investigate them and see
God.
why they are the way they are.
Check the stones.
Also, there may be somebody up on the loft level. Heard some muttering.
You want me to scamper on up there first?
I mean, it may be helpful.
So stones second.
Yeah.
People first?
Yeah. We probably should know who's up there.
Oh, yeah, real quick. Pokes his head out the door because he's in the threshold, and he points over in Morthos' direction as he's walking and goes, by the way, with message, I'm going to just check in occasionally because I have 120 feet roughly of being able to talk to you. Sound good?
Sounds wonderful.
All right. Gets back in. Yeah, I'll go up there.
Sounds good. You want me to come with you?
I'll go first.
That's fine. I can just crawl up there as a mouse or something, and then change back.
I mean, if you want to.
Or you could just let down a ladder.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just, yeah. So he starts crawling up the ladder.
There is no
There is
ladder.
no ladder.
I start crawling up the side of the wall.
Yeah.
Then onto the ceiling.
Like the god.
Then you let
You
down
get
a ladder.
you get up, and in the corner, laying on its side, hands
Another were rat. We don't need one of those.
hands bound behind it around a chair that's been kicked over and kind of pushed into the corner, faced first into the corner. You see a small, staunch person. Looks like a humanoid, but compact. Hard to tell from the fact that the chair is
Okay.
back to you and it's kind of jammed into
How
the corner.
far am I from this small individual?
15 feet.
Hey, do you hear me? Hey, you. You with the face.
You just hear, yes, no, muttering.
Okay. Gonna take 5 feet closer. 10 feet away. Hey.
Master, no, wait, great.
Okay. I'm gonna mage tail, and I'm gonna try to yank and turn him so I can see what I'm dealing with.
He weighs more than 10 pounds.
Oh, son of a bitch. All right, gonna go over there and stand him up. And as he's walking over there, Oliver
Did
creeps
you let
in.
down a ladder or no?
Oh yeah, throw that down.
Wait, are we
Wait.
in there now?
Then I'm on my way up as
Okay.
well.
Okay. Killian makes his way up as Bart begins walking.
And Oliver
Closer.
comes out and are you sure? It sounds like he said, "Stay away, master."
Before we go there, Rubius, Mariska, JB, what are you guys doing during this time?
Well, what floor?
Yeah. What? How is this breaking out?
So
what-
there are stairs, outside stairs that lead up to the main living space. The main living space then has a loft. So, has a loft. There is a entryway to the lower all stone kind of floor that's ground level, and that's what you guys are all aware of.
So I would come up to where I presume JP is standing.
Yeah,
and I would-
he
I'm
was
not
in the
standing around anymore.
No, you're not.
No. I'm investigating this place.
Okay, well,
I'm
I would just
looking
come
to
up to
see-
you.
Alright.
And I would say something like, so, I don't see her anywhere. Did she not? Is she dead?
I think that that she left with her crew,
Oh, that's
her
unfortunate.
papa.
I can't bring her back, but I can cheer you up with money. She'll hold up some of the platinums. Jingle them. It's not even all of them or half, but there's some in there.
Okay. Why? I don't understand why you're paying me off.
Well, every time
takes
I've ever
all
been
of it.
sad, I just find money, and then
Don't
that would
get it.
help me buy not feeling sad. So I thought maybe. you know.
I'm not sad though. We have a mission. We're going to complete that mission.
Of course.
Yeah.
I'm right behind him.
Get yourself a nice new hat. That'll
How much
fix
did
it.
you give him?
So we had, what was the breakdown? 50 platinum?
There was
500 gold.
500.
50.
In platinum, though.
Yeah,
what it was.
so it was 50 platinum.
Okay, I gave him 10.
Wow.
So you have 10 platinum or 100 gold,
Sold.
1/5 of the.
You bought my happiness.
Right. Rubius, you're right behind them watching this interaction.
You're sure you're okay, old bean?
Well, so at least you haven't touched me yet. Everyone else has touched me and asked me also. I'm fine. Please inform all the others that I am perfectly.
There. Let it all out, buddy.
Yes. Well, can I please go about my business? And he'll go down on the ground to see. Is there any residue of the runes that Phineas was projected from?
Roll an investigation check.
Oh yeah, baby. Come on, baby. Oh, 19.
It's terrible.
Well, technically, it would be 22.
That's your passive
Okay.
investigation. There is a what looks to be darkened spot on the ground that you move to and investigate, and as you look closely, there is a circular pattern to it with what look to be kind of runic burns into the wood, very faint. Very faint contrast to just the general dark, ashy soot that is there.
Okay.
And there is some residue, but it's all kind of burned, ashy soot.
Okay. And so, as Rubius puts his arm on JB will say, "Oh, hey, look here. You see anything? You see anything in particular that I should write down in my notes?" And he bends down and
It
and
seems to
points
me
the
like you
ashes
already know
on
the
ground.
answer.
I wouldn't ask you if I didn't require some help. It seems like these ashes are a little bit spread out here. Does it look like can you check this?
I would like to check it.
Okay, go ahead and roll perception.
Why didn't you just say so? Oh, God. Perception, you said?
Yep.
Let's see. 13.
13. It looks like ash and soot to you.
He's gonna get down and put his finger.
Oh,
in it.
don't touch that.
I put my finger in it.
Dear Lord. All right, well.
It's ash. And soup.
Yep. he has the mage plague now.
Maybe.
Yeah,
Why didn't you stop me?
I did see the soot, but I was wondering if you recognize any of the formations here, and so he'll jot down some notes or something about it. But then he will sweep up all the ash
Okay.
and store it in a pouch.
Okay. So go ahead and
Is there anything below it? Like under the ash, is it burned in?
into the wood is very faintly. There is essentially a wood engraving of a circle with several different runic designs through it, and where the ash was the most concentrated was directly in the center. And in the center, as you kind of pick up the ash, it's just a smooth, concave kind of center circular
Okay.
impression.
Okay.
And it, as if there was something that had been resting there.
Like a brazier?
Perhaps that might be with your intelligence, that would be a
Not a
logical conclusion.
Same shape. The good ones anyway.
My magical brazier.
Yes.
Hello, boys.
So, yeah.
All right, I will put that in my notes.
Yep. So you note all of that.
Yep.
Very good.
That's all. I'm looking around. That's it.
Okay.
After I've comforted JB with money, Marishka would look around and see if there are any sort of what might have been personal belongings of the previous inhabitants of the farm, like a stuffed animal or anything that would belong to like a child, just shoved in the corner.
Yep.
I don't know, wherever.
This floor is entirely devoid of any sort of indication of the former inhabitants. No furniture, no belongings of any kind, no beds. Everything has been cleared out. And Marishka wouldn't know this, but had already previously been cleared out when the gnolls had been in here.
Damn gnolls.
Frickin' knolls.
There was a large table up here previously, but that is gone
Ray
now.
took that.
Yeah. But you can roll a perception check. General perception check to see what you might see.
Don't worry, your DC is lower than mine.
6,
6.
Not that low.
Well, what's your
Yeah.
passive perception?
11.
There you go.
Yeah. Nothing really sticks out
Still
at you.
didn't work. but-
No.
So,
Just
Rubius,
bigger
is there
for
anything
Ray.
else that you wish to do?
Not really.
It's good to remember.
I just wanted to comfort my old friend JB.
All right. Morthos, you approach the barn. How are you? Where are you approaching the barn? What are you doing?
Well,
There is only one entry to the
Entrance.
barn, and that is the double doors in the front.
so
With
I would
that
walk
attitude.
kind of around the cage.
Yep.
Right up to the doors and kind of look over my shoulder and go, Ray, just keep an eye out. I know you're not going anywhere.
Yeah. What do you want me to watch? You want me to watch the birds? I can watch the trees. There's some pretty flowers over there. I would love to go and sit in those flowers. Oh, sunflowers. I love sunflowers. They're the best. They're so sunny and bright, and they always point at the sun. They orient as the sun moves. The
Ray,
sunflowers move.
Ray,
It's amazing. It's so
Ray.
cool. I just love it so much.
Is that
yes,
true?
yes. The flowers are beautiful.
If it wasn't,
But you know what I need right now? I
What?
need someone to be on the lookout just in case something happens.
Oh, I can do that.
All right.
And she just
Special
she
job.
puts down her wood carving and she stands up and she just watches you. Okay, I'm watching you. What am I looking out for?
Well, just make sure that I don't do something stupid.
Oh, well, I mean, you're alone, so you're already halfway there.
You're more than halfway there.
So she convinces him not to go in by himself.
Nope.
That's called a hint from the
So
spirit.
I walk up to the doors
Uh-huh.
and I will make a perception check for any type of
They're
those
doors.
No, I'm looking for the wards, you know, or the little
From the
glyphs
window,
or
can I see if he's
any of that stuff.
going into the barn by himself in the loft?
Are you looking out the
We're in
window?
the loft.
You're in the loft, so you're.
The only window's out the other way, right? There is a window.
There's
in
a
the
window on
loft.
both sides.
I mean, it's
Okay.
just a barn.
I like to think while I'm consoling him, I'm looking out the
That's fine.
window.
What'd you roll on your perception?
A 20.
20. It is locked. There is a large bar that has been thrown, and then the bar itself has a lock on it.
Mm.
You don't see any runes or anything like that that catch your eye.
16 for picking the lock.
16 is insufficient to
Oof,
pick the
kabibs.
lock on the
Oof.
barn.
Yeah, it's just a barn.
Sounds like we need to go 3 deep on this lock.
Amen.
So the Morthos are just going to sit there impatiently waiting for Bart to talk to him again.
Yeah.
Okay. Bart and Killian.
Mm-hmm.
You approach the figure muttering to itself
We're like 5 feet away, looking.
on its side, arms bound behind it on the chair.
How tall is it?
His size. You
Roll a
said
perception
staunch.
check.
Do I recognize this person?
Roll a perception check.
21.
It's low, man.
This looks to be a dwarf
Dwarf.
It looks to be a dwarf. If I
with
had to say
with
so.
red hair.
Red hair. Does he have a beard?
Is he Staunch-esque?
Hard to tell.
Do you want me to turn him over? I tried with my mage tail.
I speak out to him and say, I think is it Brock? Hold on, I just had a
Trock?
no.
Or
it's
Furious?
Brock.
Bruck.
Mr. Brock, is that you?
You say this out loud in your voice?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Get away! Get away! Get away! Get away! Oh, get away! Get away!
Do I recognize his voice?
It sounds like Bruck
Bruck.
Staunchstone.
In his head, are you okay? It's Mr. Killian.
Out loud, there's a scream. Ah! That he holds. It's just he's yelling.
Be nice for calm emotions. Anybody have that?
I got it. I walk up to him, I slap him in the face. Snap out of it, man! We're here to save you.
Well,
His eyes go wide as he just continuing to lay on the ground, looking back up at you. Ah!
That didn't work. Didn't work.
Does he look? Is he hurt? No, I mean like outside of mental capacity.
Physically, he looks.
'Cause I got
There's
I
no
got
open
him.
wounds
Okay.
or bloody swords or
Messed
anything.
with his insides.
Mhm.
All right, should I cut him free?
Maybe. I
yeah,
would say
just feeling.
until he's in his right mind, it may be helpful to not. He's quite strong, even in
Yeah.
his old age.
Do you want me to choke him out?
No, I think that.
Not in a dead way, like a knock him out way.
What's
As
going
you're-
on up
As
there?
you're kind of talking and looking down, you do notice there's something pinned to his chest,
What's it look like?
like a piece of paper.
Mage tail.
Yeah, we picked that off of
You
him.
rip that off.
Ah, here's what it says.
It says,
I can't read it.
"Everyone you ever loved will be broken."
You're the worst. I hate you.
That's not so bad.
Phineas. P.S. Give my love to JB.
What's going on up there?
Killian lets out a roar, like a lion roar. That not like all of you hear, and you think there's a lion upstairs.
Oh, I'm rushing up there.
You rush up and you find a dwarf on its side laying in the corner with Killian holding a piece of paper and just fury coursing through him. Bart's just kind of like looking at them both and kind of edging away.
Me and JB
What
are
is it?
running
What's
towards it.
happening?
Yeah, after
I've
the
got, like-
scream and then the roar, we're definitely all coming.
Yeah.
He read a piece of paper and yelled.
That is the mountain tiger. I'm
You
sure.
guys would all know Bruck. Like
Yeah.
you've all.
They would all
Does
know
he look a
Bruck.
little bit raggled though?
Mariska wouldn't know Bruck.
Last
No.
time we saw him would have been
Right.
in
No,
the
she
tavern.
helped. She helped get him from the tavern.
I don't think she ever saw him though.
I didn't care too much about.
Yeah, he
people at
was.
the time.
He was whisked
He
away
was,
in the
I
tavern,
guess-
but he was in the.
I guess she
Would know about
She
Bruck
would
at
know
least.
about Bruck
Yeah.
because that was all part of the. You were trying to save
Bruck and.
Bruck and get Zemni.
Yep.
So you would know of Bruck, and that a red-haired dwarf had been captured by the Zent, who is friends, old adventuring mates with Killian.
What's wrong with him?
On my way up, I'll cast my invisible mage hand for telekinesis.
Okay.
Bruck, and I'd like grab him and shake him. What happened to you? What?
He just keeps screaming. His eyes the pupils are just so small dilation, and he just is yelling out. He's responding to your voice, is what is causing you. Every time he's hearing your voice, he screams.
Screams
loudly
pain,
again.
like in pain, or he's just
Mm.
muttering,
He's responding to your voice.
my voice specifically.
Can I do an Arcana check when I see him to see if he's under the influence of a spell?
Or of drugs.
What was he muttering again? Is it incoherent or is it?
It
like
was you heard. Roll a perception check to see what you made out.
22.
You heard the word monster.
24.
You heard the words get away. You heard the word foul. Words along those lines.
Can I roll an insight that would connect any of those words together?
Sure.
I feel like you're gonna have to crit that.
Crit.
No way.
Check it.
You just spoke that into existence. What the heck?
So what's the total?
28.
Wow, 2 crits tonight.
Let me just get my notes out.
Based off of his response to your voice and based off of the words that he was muttering, it seems that part of the breaking process of his mind involved him being conditioned to respond to you in a certain way. And if the words that are being spoken are referring to you, then they're the way that they brainwashed him, so to speak, would be that you were some sort of a monster.
Okay.
JB,
So
I'm gonna
24.
mend his mind.
there is most certainly evidence of arcane magic at work. You look at the sides of his head, and it looks like there are imprints on his temples. Not like there's glowing runes or anything, but is in the shape of runes. But it doesn't look like an active spell per se, so much as spells have been utilized on this man, on this dwarvish man.
Mm-hmm. Wish I had greater restoration.
No, I'm no scientist, but that doesn't look good.
Let's torture. For sure.
No, it seems they've tortured him or altered his mind in a way that he thinks I'm one of the enemies.
So do we kill him?
Well, I don't think that would be useful for anyone.
He looks like he's suffering.
But if there's a way we can calm his mind or even heal it from the affliction that they put on him, we may be able to actually gain some information about what's going on.
I would pour some water from my water skin on the corner of my robe and just start like mopping his face a little bit, trying to clean him up, wipe him out of that.
Anytime Killian speaks, he starts yelling.
Killian, I don't think he's reacting very well to you in specific.
I'll start speaking in people's minds whenever I speak.
Okay. As Killian quiets, the yelling stops. He kind of breathes in heavy, and then just is muttering again as you're kind of wiping his brow.
Bart's choking on the dust motes.
Bart starts just coughing.
Hannibal!
Anything else anyone would like to do?
I do. You do?
I'm gonna message back out to
JB,
Morthos. Go ahead.
JB will say, "Well, I see influence of magic here. Can you take a look, Killian? Look at his temples there. Do you have any way of getting rid of that?"
In his head. I think so. Let me try this, and I'll cast Dispel Magic on him.
At what level?
3rd level.
Please roll.
Ooh, it's higher than that.
Yikes.
Please, what's your spellcasting ability modifier?
5.
Okay, please roll a d20 and add 5.
Not
21.
21. You watch as his eyes, you put out your hand, and a greenish golden hue kind of covers his head, almost like a crown. And it goes kind of down into the base of his spine, and you see that it is kind of entwined all the way down his spine, and it goes into his back, and you see that it is kind of around his heart, and you kind of put the magic around it, and as you concentrate, you kind of shatter this arcane kind of harness that is there. And his eyes open. The dilation goes back to normal.
I rush and catch his head.
You catch his head, and he looks at you and he says,
They kiss.
Killian. Get those bastards. As you feel his chest explode
Oh, I'm right there.
as the magic that was sustaining him has been removed, and he dies in your hands.
I cast Revivify.
Oh, damn it.
With your diamond,
Never get my diamond back.
Oh no!
it is what's the
It's instant. I just need 1 diamond worth 300 gold piece.
Ballsy move,
already have-
Cotton.
do you have the diamond?
Do I still have it?
Either you gave it back to me and I gave it to you, or you have it.
I'm pretty sure you gave it to Killian and told
I
him
did.
not to revive you.
Yeah, that's
So,
And that is what he's doing, not reviving you.
okay,
Yeah,
But I want
I
the
revive
rest
him.
you
that's
cast a
left
spell. Okay,
There wouldn't be a mine. It wouldn't. It would. Yeah.
so you watch as you watch as the body jerks violently, and the goes limp in Killian's arms. Killian
Was it like alien? Like did
lets
blood?
out another roar.
Oh.
He
Yeah.
puts the body on the ground, and with like a fury, rips out the diamond that was in his pouch. JB's eyes kind of go wide.
United, and it feels so good.
He was part of the same kind of group that we were in. So.
And Killian puts the diamond over his chest and immediately begins to go into the ritual that you have seen before to revive his old friend
Wow.
Bruck. All right. Are any of you trying to assist Killian in this revivification?
Well, I want to give Morthos a play-by-play of what just happened because I know he's out there.
Okay, so you go ahead and give that message.
Basically, how's it going?
There's a locked door.
So you're having a good time. Yeah.
I'm talking with Ray about the flowers.
Oh, good. So no big deal. I think we found Brooke in here. Brooke Strongjaw, whatever the hell his name is. His heart exploded,
Well, sucks for him.
and then Killian just shoved a diamond into his chest, and he's starting to revivify.
Maybe it could be a good day for him.
So yeah, just wanted to keep you up to date. We're probably going to be like, I don't know, 10, 15 more minutes.
Are you guys all right? I mean,
Oh,
it's
we're
just-
fine.
all
Brooke's
right.
dead.
I'm gonna,
JB will help.
I'm gonna hang out here with Ray and watch the
Like I
butterflies.
said, give us 10, 15 minutes.
JB will help.
All right. As
So
Looks
Yeah.
like I'm the man for the job.
the ritual is going
Yes.
on, and and it is as you kind of call
Nasty.
to Brooke's soul, which you are essentially trying to go in
yeah.
in through his consciousness, which is quickly fading, and you are trying to capture his soul from exiting into one of the planes of the afterlife and to call him back to life. And as you're doing so, you get to the point where you know that the voices of others can speak into this ritual to try to help to convince this soul to return. And so you can invite up to 3 people, typically, to assist in this ritual with you. A success will lower the DC that you need to ultimately pass. A failure will raise it.
Ooh, that's how that works. Interesting.
JB, as he shoves the diamond onto him and it implodes into nothingness, JB will also prepare to cast a spell when the ritual starts.
The ritual has started.
Alright, he'll cast Phantasmal Force in hopes of reaching whatever part of the spirit's mind is left.
Okay.
And the illusion that will appear in his mind, no one else will see. But it will be of Killian. And I will make the illusion voice whatever Killian says, and myself, whatever I say, if I say anything, as if the dwarf can see Killian instead of just hear Killian.
Okay.
Tempting.
So you are putting the illusion of Killian in his mind, this phantasmal image that is fully convincing. Please roll an Arcana check. You do have an advantage.
25.
Did you use your advantage?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Use this advantage, Dom.
Advantage used.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, Dom. Used it.
What's your spell save DC?
It is an 18.
18. All right. You cast your spell. You put your hand over his forehead, and the illusory tendrils, it's a silver band of arcane energy that kind of just floats directly down into the center of his forehead, and you imprint this image, and you hope that it succeeded. Your Arcana check was sufficient to cause him to make the save roll,
Okay.
of which he failed.
So that's good. in this
Therefore, that is
scenario.
1 success.
Okay.
Anyone else
Ki-
attempting to
Killian
assist?
cries out, anything you guys can do to reach out to
That didn't sound like
my
a crying
friend.
out voice.
Alice,
Hi guys! This is my friend. JB will say, as he's concentrating with his eyes closed, he'll say, speak, Killian, and your friend will be able to see and hear what you're communicating to him. I believe.
I'll help.
Except positive. Wait, I'll speak loud.
So I guess, am I covered in blood now just for environment setting? Or is it just a heart, like, attack and then he just kind of died after that?
Essentially a heart attack,
Okay, cool.
and he's on the floor now.
Okay,
on
good.
the,
That's my fault.
yeah.
I'm not covered in it. All right, good.
no, it wasn't like
It's alien chest
alien
bursting. That's
chest
what I thought.
bursting.
It's like,
It's more like the convulsion of his chest
Mending.
and
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mending.
All right, now do it.
Now revivified.
All right. So then I would lean over him, and I still have the hem of my robe that I was
How
like
much
helping
would
to.
you lean over him?
Ooh.
That's a good point.
Do you want advantage?
We're
Oh, look,
going-
wait. So
we're
what
going
can you
for the
make the illusion?
He is a dwarf.
The sexual play.
He can change the illusion, right? After you cast it.
Roll a motorboat check.
not with Ben.
Technically, I can't see it.
Darn it.
Not
I
with
shouldn't be able to
phantasmal
make
No.
it. I shouldn't be able to make it talk with killing it.
Okay. Well, then I'll just take my hand and just go through his hair like that
Try.
once, very lovingly, very tender, and I'm gonna say, "You don't really strike me as a lazy man. If you want to get those bastards, why don't you come and help out?"
Okay,
And
go
I'm rolling
ahead.
with one of my advantages.
Oh, I like
Okay, so
That's a good one.
Natural 20.
whoo!
So that's
Yeah!
a 29.
Just bring him back.
You didn't see this coming.
Just bring him back.
His face right there.
29.
Didn't I knew it was a possibility. Did not expect you to use
That's
your
because I'm,
Instantly.
your only diamond.
so the
My
natural
God.
20.
But why wouldn't Killian as
Oh,
someone?
no, I'm not
Oh,
saying
yeah.
you didn't. I'm not saying
I can
anything.
think of very.
I just
can
didn't
think of
expect
one,
it, that's
two,
all.
3, 4,
3, 4, 5
so
reasons
the
why.
natural 20 is because
this is the same type. He
Nope.
was this person. for
Nope.
him.
Not with
It
us.
had to happen.
natural 20 is because I am one hand brushing through his hair and the other it's a sensual whisper into this dwarf's ear.
Ooh. Do you,
All right.
You lick his earlobe.
Bite it.
Oh God.
Nibble.
He's not really the same since
You-
you
you
ditched them and not us yet.
I didn't ditch him.
You ditcher.
We all
That's how the story.
disappeared.
That's how the story goes.
The story
You
didn't
just
disappear.
made me speak
It's
to
all right.
it.
We can talk about the story later.
I heard the story. I
They
read
were
it.
thrown off a mountain and
I
I
read.
wasn't. It's fine.
You never went to find them.
Have you ever been so
I'd look.
sexy you could fight death?
So you
Anyways.
It's great. I love it.
Anyway.
We're helping you now.
Anyways.
Let's see what
So, Carissa, you think that you have
I'll make sure he doesn't throw you off
you've-
the mountain now.
you've appealed to his inner id,
His man.
and
Nice.
Can't get that when you're dead.
Hierarchy of
Brooke?
terms.
What's this guy's name?
Brock?
Brock.
I think it's Sigmund.
B-R-U-C-K. right?
Sigmund Freud. Brock.
Rubius, how are you assisting?
I was gonna let
Same
them
thing as
do
her.
it.
I was
Okay.
gonna say
Do the same
Ruby.
thing. I'm gonna lean over
Well,
with my
uh,
chest and be like, "Listen here, young man. Little dwarf, it's time to come home. This little piggy." And I'm just doing
Now I
random stuff.
disadvantage.
Go ahead and just roll a d20.
Roll a
It's
D20.
the best.
I add a little pig to the. Once I start talking about the pig to the illusion, I try to put a pig next
Well, you
to
know
Killian.
dwarves love pigs, so.
Bacon.
That's
A fat one on a spit, rotating,
6.
roasting.
6.
6.
All right.
Oh man.
Okay.
Does she
Killian,
not like what I
Yes.
have to offer?
You heard our calls.
Yes.
you
Fine.
can choose to use advantage on your roll to complete the revivification spell, as your friends have assisted you in this ritual.
Mm-hmm.
Bart is kind of looking on wide-eyed and then furrowed-browed, and then
He turns to the side a little bit.
turns to the side as Mariska,
Convinces him.
and he's not watching your whisper. He's watching the other end.
Yes.
And then Rubius, he
The
just
sim.
kind of keeps
Yeah.
looking at you.
I have an
Um,
inborn
As
hypnotic
as
pattern.
Killian
Sort of like flop the back of your robes over to the side, so you reveal.
is now I don't know if this is possible, but is using his telepathy and speaking out loud at the same time to Bruck and says, Bruck, we've been through a lot, and you've healed me many times as the cleric of our group,
Oh, I get it.
and you were in it for the fight, you were in it for the fun, you were in it for the head banging. There's a lot of fight to be left here. You're not done. There's a lot that we can redo, that we can make up for in our lives. There's we made a lot of mistakes, and I know that you regretted a lot of them, and I'm hoping that you can walk a path that's different now. Come back, fight with me one more time. We can do this. And I roar a little bit in his head, and then I roll.
All right, go ahead and roll.
Don't waste my
Can I,
natural 20.
can I use one of my advantages as well?
You used an advantage.
Yeah, the one you gave me.
Ooh, no, that was.
You didn't specify.
You can only use one advantage.
Only
Yeah.
one.
Okay,
So-
that's fair.
What is it?
An 8.
Unless you're
An
elf.
8.
Can I lend him one of
Plus
mine?
what?
I don't know what's the.
There is no plus.
it's
it's
an
just
eight.
Oh,
a.
son of a
it's a
gun! You're
straight
gonna feel
roll.
like a fool.
Not on my crit. That was so cool.
Wanna waste our diamond?
No, both of our things lowered it.
From a practical standpoint, JB lowered it 1. Did Mariska lower it like twice because of the crit?
Come on, you know I did too.
Wind blowing, flower petals.
Can we just hear the result real quick?
Wait, we're making a case.
I want to know the math.
Either of those are top. Yeah. It's an 8.
You wait a moment.
This sucks.
There is stillness. There is a breeze that blows outside. And you hear a voice you haven't heard in many decades.
Ooh.
The voice of the lion. Hold fast to his memory, and he will always be with you. Now you have one more reason to stay the course. There is silence in your mind, and the body of Bruck remains still.
Did it work?
I changed into a lion and leave.
Gonna say no, yeah.
Push his head off a little half and stand up. Well, that was a waste of a diamond.
Yeah. Mention back to Morthos. He's dead again. We're coming out.
Was he naked?
Who's he?
Bruck was not naked.
I'd like to search for personal memorabilia on him or around him.
Okay, go ahead and roll a investigation check.
27.
Hey, if this couldn't bring him back,
There's nothing in his pockets. There is... Would they have kept it on him?
I get it.
Do you still have the pin in the
There's
note?
no jewelry of any kind. You do notice on his inside right forearm there is a tattoo.
Of what?
It looks to be of a dwarvish crest, like one of the clan crests.
Oh, okay.
Roll a history check.
31.
31.
Somehow I studied all the dwarven clans.
You've dealt with dwarves over the years. They're one of the longer-lived species, and they are excellent smiths and enchanters. So, this happens to be one of those rarer crests that you've come across. You can't quite remember the name, but it was a family that was from... Where was it? Where was it from? You think for a moment to yourself, and as you kind of collect your thoughts, and you think, Thornhold. Thornhold, that's right. It was a clan from Thornhold. Don't remember the name, but this crest. And you know that Thornhold is on the western side of the Sword Coast, just north of Waterdeep.
Yep. All right, I will. Once I figure that out, if I don't find anything else, I will try to follow Killian.
Okay. You follow Killian out. What are the rest of you doing?
I closed his eyes if they weren't closed, and then I'm going out.
I'm going out as well.
I'm gonna check those stones.
Okay. There are... Stones have not been pointed out to you.
Yeah.
No,
I
he did to me.
Oh, you did?
He told me two things: go up and then check the stones, investigate
Got
the
it.
stones.
Okay, so there are 3 stones, all kind of along the, like we said, the just above the floor line in the stonework. So there is one that is on the left. Well, if you're facing the room, 1 on the left side and 2 on the right side, which are kind of along the side facing forward into the courtyard. So where do you go first?
Start with the singular one on the left.
Okay, you go to the one on the left, and you find it. It's clear that it is protruding a little bit more than the rest of the fascia in the masonry.
Does it look like I can get my nails in behind it, or do I need to like try to wiggle it out with my swords?
Either way would work. As you look at it, investigate it, you see that it actually looks like it's in there, but not held fast, like it could be pulled out.
Okay, so I'm going to not stand directly in front of it in case it's booby trapped. I'm going to stand to the side.
Yep.
And try to... Do I get the feeling that my mage tail could yank it out? It's 10 pounds or less?
You feel it, and as you kind of feel the heft within your grip, it's pretty heavy.
Okay.
You don't think that your mage tail would work here.
All right, so I stand to the side, and I try to slowly and evenly yank it out.
And you do. And you slowly and evenly yank it out, and as it falls to the ground, there's a massive fireball that explodes. Please roll a dexterity saving throw with disadvantage.
Am I still hasted?
You are not.
Okay. With disadvantage.
Yeah.
Wait. I may have one.
Checking to see if he has advantage. If he doesn't, it may be useful.
Bart does not have any.
I have nothing. Okay, here we go.
I was so distraught by his death, I
With-
cast haste on him.
Disadvantage. Damn.
Could have been great.
11.
11 is a failure. However, with evasion, you take half of the 30 points of fire damage.
So 30 is halved or
So
15?
you take 15 points of fire damage.
Oh, good thing I didn't.
Boom.
That would've been it.
It's like Wile E. Coyote at this moment.
Yep. Your fur is singed.
And there's like a, on the wall, like the outline of me when I like peel off of it.
Yep.
In the back of the brick says TNT on it.
Yeah.
Do we hear that? Oh, Lord.
Oh yeah, you all hear that.
Mariska stops.
Throw open the window. I'm hairless now on my head. Smoking a little bit.
Dear God.
There was a fireball in there. Found it. Gonna go back in for more.
Wait a minute. I'm running back in.
Closes the windows.
Okay.
I still have my resistance, so I'm going back in.
Okay.
And I look at the other two.
They are there.
Do they look like the other one? Like, I want to pick up the other brick now and compare.
I roll a insight check.
They look the exact same.
It's 13.
They all look like stones in the wall. Each one is a different shape, but they also all the same type of stone that was used to build this house.
All right, you won round 1.
And 2.
Here we go. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. And they're right next to each other, right?
They're on the same wall.
Catch a deer by the antler. cut it off, then you're happy. Eeny, meeny, miny, moe.
I like that. That was good.
Right one.
You,
This time,
As you grab it, I'm running up there.
Marishka.
Bart, don't touch it!
too late. I've already touched it.
God.
What do you want me to do? It's only like half out. I can put it back in.
Whoa.
That's what she said.
Too late. Yeah.
Yeah. In or out. In or out. In or out. In or out. In or out.
Just
So the last one exploded.
just pull.
Do you want me to pull out? I'll pull it out. All right. Now, he slides it back in a little bit. And he points to himself like singed.
We're
He's
such
like,
children.
yeah, it exploded. That's my outline over there on that wall.
All right, hold on. Let me do it. I'm resistant at the moment to fire. You want to pull that one? Can I make my own check on these to see if any of them look different or anything? Any sort of markings?
with regard to this 2 stones.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll an investigation check.
14.
They are protruding from the wall, but there's really nothing else that stands out about them. They blend in with all the other stones. They're protruding a little bit from the wall.
That one? This one?
Yeah.
All right, well,
Wait. I'm getting out of the room.
yeah, back up a little bit. I'll
Alright.
message you if something happens and you message me.
All right.
All right.
I back out of the room.
She goes,
Okay.
wait, hold on. Then she goes, wait, I'm not this dumb. She's going to back up too and then cast Mage Hand to try and pull it.
I've
from the
already
same-
tried
Mage
that.
hand fails. The stone is
Wait.
too
She
heavy.
wasn't there for
I
it.
have an idea.
Okay.
I have rope. It's half out, right? The
Like
stone?
Jenga?
No, it is. It's There's
didn't we do
not-
this in like the first episode. You blew yourself up trying to get stuff off of a ship or something.
Yeah, I haven't learned. Yeah.
there is not enough. There is not
But it's
enough.
not there
Been
to stop
wrapping
them.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. Let's.
All right.
You want to get this?
No pain, no gain.
Yep.
Back
amen.
up.
You got this, sister.
Any
So where are
treasure is
you
mine.
standing?
Outside the room.
You're on the threshold of.
Yeah. Basically, like one eye peeking around the corner.
Okay.
Yep. I'm gonna just grab the one and pull it out.
You pull it out. It falls to the ground with a thud. And a second later, a
Nice.
fireball explodes.
Nice.
Need both of you to make dexterity saving throws.
Using
Yours
advantage.
with disadvantage.
Oh, mine with disadvantage?
Yeah,
Mine
you can,
normal?
Yeah.
You can use an
Yeah,
advantage.
I am. I'm,
No, I've
I'm
tried it
equaling it
twice.
out.
Oh, you should have been in there then.
Oh no!
25.
25. That
Evasion. I just.
you're able. You see. You've seen this. You get behind
I
the
know.
wall entirely
Damage.
as the fire explodes out of the door,
Yikes.
and you avoid the damage.
So I rolled a natural 1, but with my +4, it's 5.
Okay.
You fail.
So
Yeah.
you take 60 points of fire damage, halved down to 30.
That hit harder than I
Holy
thought.
crap. I go running back in there.
Grab the other
Her hair is a 80s perm.
Are you okay?
80s perm.
Are
Just
you okay?
floating in the breeze.
We both look pretty rough right now.
I go,
The third one can't be crapped either.
How you doing?
my hair! Oh my god! No!
Don't yank it. It's falling out. Yeah. Just leave it be.
I hate this place! She kicks the wall.
The air is filled with the smell of ozone and burnt hair.
Oh.
Oh, no! Alright, next one's yours. That's all you.
Okay. Do I feel
Alright.
like I can... I have an idea.
What?
Both times we let it hit the ground. What if this time we don't let it hit the ground?
I think you're the perfect person to test this out.
Okay.
You're the perfect
never
person.
learn.
There's not someone in our party that's just immune to fire.
Yep. I mean, you've heard the explosions. You can keep sitting there and talking to
That
Ray
would be
if you'd like.
super convenient right now.
But here we go.
You've got it.
I'm going for it.
Too late.
I'm backing up this
Uh,
Wait, hold on,
unlock
hold
you
on
guys
before you
kill
go.
Advantage to Mariska.
Sweet. That'll be. I'm gonna cash that in for hair products in the near salon. Before you go, here, this will help.
That's funny.
I cast haste on him, so you have advantage on dexterity saving throws, and
Okay.
also you're gonna yank that brig out real fast
Here we
now.
go.
I'm backing up.
Yeah. Get outside the door. I got this.
Come here.
But I
With advantage because you're so close. Disadvantage, so it's a straight roll. You also need to make the save. You can choose to do so with advantage. If
I
you
said I
care to.
backed up out of the thing.
Right, but it's a 30-foot.
Oh
it's
no!
a
I
large
would've meant the
radius.
distance.
20.
All right.
Unnatural.
So I'm
That
using an
succeeds.
advantage.
You take. You
No
know,
damage.
you know how this works. As it goes off, you jump out the window.
Holding the brick though.
You're still holding the brick.
It didn't.
It goes out
Theory
the-
was wrong. Theory was holding. Didn't hit the ground.
As he's doing that, Mariska, it's gonna be like Home Alone something. I peek back in to see what's happening.
You're like Marv.
Exactly. And mine was an 18 on that one.
You take 15. It's 30 points of damage, halved down to 15. You're resistant to fire, correct?
Yeah.
So you take 7 points of fire damage. Your hair gets burned a little bit more.
That's all she does.
You now look like Paul
You
Simon.
just cough. You cough smoke.
So irresponsible.
It's like
Did you find
ramen
anything
noodles.
now?
We're gonna have to pay for all that.
Ramen noodles right
as
now.
as the farmhouse shakes under the explosive power of the 3 fireballs that have just rocked it.
I say I'm never going to financially recover from
Two
this.
more
So,
stones
so
that
we're
you see
saying
there
the
at
thatched
least.
roof is not on fire.
You
None,
you.
not at all.
I was just gonna say you do notice that parts of the roof have caught fire.
Hey, Mariska.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Start
Get
control
that.
flames.
So you take care of it and extinguish the flames. As you're doing so, up in the rafters, something catches your eye.
Please,
Another
God,
fireball. eh?
Another brick.
Sally had good hair, right? She has hair masks. I'm gonna look at what it.
Okay, as you look up in the rafters, you see a box,
Yeah, it's
which
fireball.
is kind of just
It's gonna be a-
hidden up inside the
That might be
rafters.
deed. We might need that.
That is just kind of there,
Fireproof box.
overlooking the rest of the
Can I mage hand this one?
mage hand. Comes out, brings the box down to you.
Hey.
Hard to have a box.
Do you want me to open it?
This wasn't worth it.
Do you think it's, and we are worse for wear right now. Do you think it's
I think we should take it to Mortos.
okay?
I don't really want to be a fire sorcerer anymore.
I grab the box
I didn't know this hurt this much.
and like I put my arm around her and we just basically like limp.
Don't look at me, I'm ugly.
We limp to Morthos and everybody else.
I don't want it to see me like this. I look like an 80s idiot. I don't even know what the 80s
Oh
are.
hey guys. I'm sure you've heard by now. The house blew up 3 times.
You don't say.
Yeah. It's a hell of a defense mechanism.
I'm gonna have a talk with Sally.
Have a box.
Mortos, I think you should open it away from everyone just in case.
You mean like right in front of you?
No.
Do it.
I'm broken. Please. I can't take any more split ends. She's gonna take out her dagger and start like just cutting away like all the.
All right, Morthos will walk 35
Growth.
feet away from everyone else, just in case, and he'll try to open the box.
It is unlocked. It opens.
No way.
There is a fireball that engulfs you.
I wish
Son of a bitch! I gotta pick up all my gold coins again.
Oh, Mariska starts laughing a little bit.
As the fire fades and your body just doesn't even flinch, there is a small engraving on the inside top of the box. It says, "Greed is a bitch, Phineas."
I'm going to kill him!
That's rather funny.
What's it say?
It says you're an idiot.
No, I knew that.
It says
Why'd you sound like
greed is a bitch.
I'm going to hang him by his entrails that are on fire until he's screaming.
And then it says love
Holy
Phineas.
crap.
I mean, I've killed before. I'll do it again.
Hell hath no fury like a woman whose hair is now terrible. Don't look at me, I put my hood up.
All right. So wait, we
Hood's
came
up.
all this way and we didn't get the deed, and I got blown up 3 times.
There's other parts of the house.
All right, I'll go check.
You go to the first floor.
No. We're now outside here for.
Can a viewer cast wish with bits to restore my hair?
To restore your hair.
Who is asking?
That's what you would wish.
Badger ODF.
Oh, Badger.
It's actual human money. Just
Cast.
Can I make a divine intervention to a god I don't know about? God of hair care.
Oh,
What
sure.
was it, Vidal Sassoon?
Sure, Badger.
All right, so Mariska goes down like this, looks up at the sky with sparkling, teary eyes, and goes, I know I've done bad things, but nothing that deserves this kind of fate. To be ugly forever.
What level is the divine intervention spell?
I don't know.
I don't know, but you know that scene from Grease, the beauty school dropout scene? That's the guy she's praying to. Beauty school dropout.
Or,
I will convert
Typhoon
whatever
from
points I
Parks
need
and
to
Rec.
get a spell slot to get this.
I keep wanting to be yelling like the sommelier from that.
Yes.
You animal!
What's his face? He has his own show too.
Yeah, Billy on the street.
Billy on the street.
Oh,
She has to roll lower than her level on a D100.
I would modify this.
D1000.
It's not called divine intervention. What's it called? Just intervention, maybe?
Cleric feature.
It's a cleric spell. Gosh darn it. I did not expect this today, so therefore I did not look it up.
There's a lot of things.
Clerics. Yes, a lot of the things I did not.
This was not in our plan that we texted out.
Well, while we're doing this, let's do our first giveaway.
Why not?
We're gonna
That's
give
good time
away.
for it.
We're gonna give away the dice.
Kaboom. Hashtag kaboom.
If you would like your opportunity to win those deep cobalt
Also Parks and Rec.
dice, then please type into the chat right now, exclamation point, kaboom, Kaboom, exclamation point, kaboom, for your chance to win those blue dice. Man, where is this?
As you're looking, I'm still praying aloud. I promise I'll wash it and comb it and give it the deep hair treatment, conditioning masks, and flounce it.
Does the chat actually want to do this?
Yeah, somebody
Yeah,
literally
somebody
paid
said
bits
that.
for Wish.
250 bits. Not for Wish, but that you'd get your hair back.
Well, yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
make
I'll
it up.
I'll allow it.
Let's make a roll, though.
Go ahead and roll a d20 and do a religion check.
Is this a straight roll or can I use advantage?
The purchase was made to allow you to try.
Okay, I'm using all every advantage, so it's a religion check.
It's a religion check.
15.
15. The
Please.
split ends begin to
They're smoking. curling.
begin to seal up, though your hair does not grow back.
I've got
Did
a
we invent a new deity?
shoulder.
Do you have an undercut?
No, it's like cropped now around like the shoulders. We're gonna say.
I like it.
That's not so bad.
Keep going.
You have a
Yeah. It stopped. Just in case you didn't know.
Uh, if the chat wants to give you more shots, hey, go for it.
She goes,
All right.
I can work with this. I can work with this. Thank you.
So, Morthos, you said there's a locked door.
Yeah, the big one
Oh,
it is locked.
do we want to three-way this?
Yeah, maybe because I didn't do so well by myself.
Oh, you ran away? All right, we'll two-way it.
I'll help you.
Okay. Unfortunately.
More hair is coming. Money's coming from
So,
more hair.
so we have 500 more bits.
Yes.
Advantage and a hair. That's what it's at.
She goes, what if I promise that I'll donate some what's it called?
Teeth?
Tithe
Oh.
to religious institutions where the clerics have really good hair. I promise.
Hair lore. That's what's happening.
Hair
right
lore.
now in the chat.
The god hair lord. You may worship Paylord, but have you heard of Haylord?
Johnny, you know who else did?
Yanni.
Yanni,
Oh,
Yanni,
yeah.
All
Yanni,
of a
we're-
sudden you hear Yanni's voice.
Oh, mama.
You hear
With a locks
You
like
actually-
that.
you hear Ray from the cage like, hair's really important. And you kind of hear maybe Anam will help you. Anam, it's kind of hideous. Help her out. Go ahead and roll your hair check. You're with religion. You have an advantage and the
Yeah.
ability to roll
I
again.
can't believe
Yeah.
this is happening.
10s on both for the first one.
No, that is
That's your
Oh, that's,
That's
it.
your
It's
roll.
just 10. Oh
plus whatever your
no,
religion is.
it's a
Plus-
1,
Oh, okay.
so it's a 10.
The
So
glory of
10
the Hair
total?
Lord.
nothing happens.
I go.
Maybe tomorrow.
I didn't believe it.
Man, the dice suck tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now now
Crazy.
visually for anyone who's joined in on the stream, I had hair down to like my lower back.
They have shoulder
Now
length.
we're rocking like a shoulder wavy beach tussled waves, which I will grow to like, but in
Yeah.
the moment I am very displeased.
And I just was covered in fur, and now I'm not. So
Yeah, no, the god looked at you and went, eh.
I'm
So you're a Siamese cat
yeah,
now?
basically I'm Mr.
Badger just donated 1,000 bits and said
Yes,
invoke
Mr.
growth.
Bigglesworth.
Oh my gosh. 1,000 bits for more hair growth.
All right.
Invoke the growth.
He has abandoned the divine magic and gone to arcane magic.
Now, time out.
Invoke.
Can I get in on this one?
This is great. Badger, you were blowing it up tonight. I love it.
He first. What
Love
is
it.
Badger doing?
Oh, our community is the
Please.
best.
Ooh, do we have to use invoke growth on the hair? Or can we use it on something else?
This has to be
Ooh.
celestial magic hair now. Like I'm
don't need
Rapunzel.
it.
No, this is deep magic. In fact, JB, as this happens, your lenses start to glow,
Ooh.
I'm
and you hear a
following him.
voice inside your mind go, "These Goombas, where'd this come from? They're using my hair magic."
Anthony's in on the hair magic.
Hair
So
is
many
important to
tie-ins.
The threads of the weave.
Yanni didn't know about it, but he was tied in. Anthony's
Go
tied
ahead,
in.
go ahead and roll with advantage. The amount of bits has lowered the DC on this now.
12.
12. The hair begins to grow.
Yes.
Is it like shining? Is it glowing?
The
What's happening
sheen,
here?
Oh my
the sheen has returned. The body
Do I have a
is
balayage
the
now?
body is there, but it stops at about the shoulder blades.
She goes.
It has a middle-aged Italian woman.
She looks at this.
Volume, and that's how it is.
That's awesome.
She goes like this. She
Good
goes.
fellas.
I am a god.
Bald. Look what we've done. Look what you've done.
I will start a cult with this power.
Harry Potter worship that hair lord.
I can rock this.
This is one of my favorite 5 minutes of the show we've ever
No
had.
more.
No. It's gonna be down to her feet by the time
Okay.
this actor's done.
Go ahead and
Roll more. Roll more. Roll more. Roll more.
Up to beehive.
This one's a 16.
Okay.
Got it.
16.
Down to the butt.
As you're holding your hair aloft, your armpits. Poosh.
All of the hair everywhere just starts to
Shoot
grow.
out. Your eyebrows go totally John Madden.
It was a wild surge. It was a wild surge.
And your hair your hair goes down past your rear end to
Cover
the
your ears.
backs of your knees.
Good Lord Nelson's trousers is a Yeti.
Wait, somebody take my good eye out.
I dare you to shoot me. I'm thunderstepping away where no one can see me in the woods.
You know that girl from Dodgeball, the movie? Damn you, Bernice! That's you.
You just hear it. You think it's a banshee for a second, but it's not. It's me in the woods, and I am getting to town with some
She's like,
knives,
Oh.
scissors.
Oh,
All right.
Mariska, you have learned a new spell.
No way.
I will add this spell to your sheet. It is known as Invoke Hair. And
This is awesome.
I will determine what this does.
I can't.
Rest assured, you have now learned it because of the chat.
Solely because of Badger.
Yep.
Odie.
Every choice I've
Well
ever
done.
made in my real life that has led me to be here
I'm
at this
pretty sure
table
you
at this
gave
moment. I'm so
2,200
grateful.
points towards this.
Badger, dude, you just tapped into the weave.
Yeah,
That
you
is
created
wonderful.
a spell.
Love it.
This is what you could do.
Badger, here's
Shatters.
Here's what we're gonna do. Badger, I think he's on our Discord. If you're not, get on our Discord,
Oh my
and you
goodness.
and I are gonna make this spell together.
That's
awesome.
amazing.
All right.
I'm literally crying. What a roller
crap.
coaster of emotion.
So we've all just been standing around watching this happen. And watched her thunder step away.
Hey, can we open the door? Morthos is still there, like with his lockpick, like.
What the hell just happened?
I am a god to screaming.
As she goes away, Morthos goes, I thought you were beautiful either way.
Aww. I missed it.
You kiss ass.
I missed it.
As they're fighting over.
All right. So let's
Very
open this
70s.
door. Except only he knows how to open it, so I have to turn around. So you need to reach through my legs as I'm facing you.
Is there a spell for that?
So Morthos just lines straight up
Wait,
with
that's
him,
also invoke growth.
and Morthos's tail goes right underneath
We're just
And-
eye level.
As the tails are doing.
as the tails are doing the work.
Hey, and I'm looking at you while they're doing their thing. Like you told me your tail couldn't do that. You lied to me. We're like this close to each other.
Well, no,
Yeah.
it's very good for a helping hand.
Oh, I agree.
But he's not quite very dexterous, but I think he can help your tail.
Okay. Well, let's pick this damn lock.
They intertwine.
Nope, oh, cross
Oh yeah,
swords
they're
there.
like crossing over.
Yeah, undo that. Right, come back.
No, no.
It's a double knot. Don't do that. Okay.
That was 2,250 bits in my fucking
That'll
hair.
do.
I critted,
That's amazing.
so I believe that's a 32.
That's amazing.
As you
oh,
have
hey. Oh, we got
as
got
you
him
have
set.
your awkward stare off with Morthos and your tails intertwine, you hear the satisfying click of the lock being opened behind you.
And there's an elemental on the other side.
Fireball.
Holy crap. Don't say that.
There is. There's gotta be something bad over there.
Why would I do that?
You already killed my best friend.
As the lock is opened, the door remains shut. The lock, however, is opened.
All right.
Push it open.
With our butts.
Sure, let's
Okay.
go for it.
Cheek on cheek, both sides.
You throw the iron bar, and each one of you take one of the doors
Fireball.
and unfurl the contents of the barn. Immediately, you see several stalls. There is no fireball that goes off.
Oh, thank God.
You see several stalls that make their way on either sides of the barn, several bales of hay that are there, and you see a large opening in the center of the barn with nothing there. It is empty, except you see whoosh, 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 and it comes slamming down towards you, the mace, or the flail rather, of an air myrmidon
Oh.
that
Hate that guy.
you had encountered once before.
Fair enough.
As I need everyone to roll initiative.
I'm in the woods. I'm not there.
And Ray's in the cage.
And where are you? Where did you run to?
I would have gone out the door and to the right.
And that's where I am.
And I did cast haste on you, so
I'd like
that
to
was
play
my
that
last
out
third.
too.
So I'm going to put these...
Yeah, do you want to put? Should we role play that before?
I'm terrible.
Yeah, I was talking.
Or do you
to
want to do that afterwards? He
I ran
followed
out,
me
followed him.
to
in line for him right after Bruck died.
yes. We'll deal with that
Okay.
first. So
Cool.
this happened concurrent with your
Explosion.
conversation happened concurrent with the explosions
And the hair.
and the hair. So this was going on. So go please.
I will come up, I assume, behind a lion.
Yep, I'm still lying for him.
And just as he did to me, I will place my hand on his back.
I growl.
I won't grab his knee.
At him. Okay, he growls.
I will say, just as you have inquired of me, I'm asking you now, are you going to be all right with this?
I look up and roar loudly again.
I'd like to
Okay.
insight everything but the roar.
Okay.
Lion facial expressions. I've studied that.
You've studied
Expertise
everything.
in nature.
You do have expertise in nature.
We're just now learning that.
29.
Yeah.
Amazing. He's clearly upset.
Oh, insight, not 29.
Yeah, this was insight.
Sorry. That would be awesome. 17.
Still clearly upset.
Still clearly upset. You get the sense that he doesn't really want company right now.
Mhm.
But that he knows what you're doing and isn't like pushing you away or anything. But from the direction of his affect as he is roaring into the sky, you get the sense that his anger is outward.
Mm-hmm. I will say, are you sure you're going to be okay?
I lean into his chest with my mane. And then I nudge him away.
Okay.
Like kind of nuzzle and then a slight push.
So there's a response of receiving what you're saying, and then I want to be alone.
Mm-hmm.
Wrapping
I know
that
the feeling.
wrapping that all into the same insight.
And then JB will wrap his arms around the lion and embrace him and say, you know, I've looked into dwarves in my lifetime, and I know where your friend was from. I believe that the Shades could certainly take a detour to inform those that care about him and his clan in Thornhold of his honor and his passing, if you wish us to.
I'm trying not to metagame. Because I would love to just stay in line for him. I transform into Killian with a hug around you, sobbing.
Are your feet off the ground? Like, are you around his neck?
It depends on how he.
You-
Either way.
Yeah, he's kind of, as your form transforms, JB kind of kneels down so that he's on level with you.
As soon as I'm being embraced back, I stop embracing.
Fair enough. I'm just sobbing. I'm just weeping.
I'll pat your back a few times.
Okay.
Hit him
And
with
that
a-
will
a there
that will
there.
keep going until initiative.
About
probably.
this
Yeah, that's fair. That's
About
I
this
won't-
time-
I won't engage anymore. I'm already
about this time you hear
frustrated.
the first explosion, and you kind of look back. Killian doesn't respond. He just kind of continues to weep. Second explosion.
This is how many minutes are we talking here?
It wasn't that long.
The second explosion was when he
We're
went
talking
out the
like
window
5 to 10 minutes.
and shouted out that everything's okay.
He did shout okay.
So I'm
You heard the shout.
Mhm.
There's a third explosion.
You hear the of a window before that.
So Killian,
hear money hit the
if
ground?
if he's let go of the
Hear faint
if he's
yelling.
let go of me, Killian has brought out his paints and has started to just wildly paint on it, like just splashing.
Jackson
So
Pollock style.
you see an abstract image forming, unlike any of Killian's paintings ever before, as Morthos strolls past you with a box, looks over, is like, shrugs his shoulders, keeps going
explosion.
past you. Fourth explosion.
A faint feminine scream of terror.
The sound of tiny little hair follicles implanting themselves into the skull.
No, wait, no, this is the fireballs right now.
Time passes on as Killian continues to furiously sling the paint on his canvas. Please roll a religion check, Killian.
Ooh.
Do his eyes change when this happens? Is like there's something overtaking him?
Roll a insight check.
Do I have an advantage still?
17.
You do. Used his advantage, Dom.
11.
11.
Yeah.
What's your insight?
17.
17. As you're painting, what is your inner monologue?
It's kind of that not knowing what to say, but this feeling of hope given, hope taken away, and a promise of second chances also taken away. I mean, not knowing what Bruck had done after us, but knowing what we had gotten into and that he was thrown off the mountain, knowing that he was on the wrong path and feeling like I had a chance to save him, and now that's been taken away again.
You hear the voice once more. 2 words. I understand. Repeated. I understand. You hear that spoken twice, and you get the sense that you are free to emote as you need to. He understands.
Just continue to sling paint. And I think as he does, it's abstract at first, but then you see the form of this abstract dwarf face. So he's using a lot of oranges and reds, and you start to see what would be Bruck's face abstractly slung onto
So,
the painting,
Killian,
which is much different than the realist paintings that he's done in the past.
and JB are kind of over here. Morthos has made his way back. The cage.
We've got to be like 5 minutes out from that dissolving.
Is out here
Good thing I'll turn in battle 6 seconds.
Yeah, right.
with with Ray and Miku inside.
An hour total. Yeah.
Marishka, you thunderstepped away. You were near the wishing well.
Which we should probably investigate.
I am there now?
Sure.
Okay.
This is where you found the spot that you thought was appropriate to make your wish. And while Ray's in the cage, Rubius, what were you doing through all of this?
I'm just hanging around, really. I've not been really
So you're
presented with anything I can really
you're
help
kind
with.
of out just watching Morthos and Oliver do their thing with the door.
Still kind of hurt, by the way, so I'm just sort of keeping watch to see if anything comes near.
We're all pretty.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. As
Right next to me.
I need everyone to roll initiative.
I followed Killian out.
Including me.
Yes. So
Oh, 22.
21 to 25.
25.
22.
Holy crap,
Wow.
guys.
That's
We
very
never
good.
rolled that well for
That's very
initiative
good. Okay.
ever.
Yeah.
So, please-
8.
Repeat.
Yeah, one at a time.
Morthos is a 25.
Morthos is 25. Yep. Yours
Ollie
were-
is a 23.
Ollie's 23. Some Marishka was a 22.
Yeah.
Wait, am I still hasted?
Yeah, you are, because I
Minutes-
cast it on you.
More than a minute's gone by.
No, I
Specifically
recast it on him when he was doing the fireball. So
All right. Ray's out of combat. No, she's not. She is within range and has 2 charges left. That's a 10.
What about
I got an 18.
JB is an 18. Rubius?
8.
8. Okay. And right. Miku is tapped out of his. No, he's not. He still has some left. So Miku goes on the enemy's turn, just for the sake of ease.
Okay.
Morthos, you watch as this giant, swirling humanoid form of dirt and air is kicked up in front of you It has silver armor over its breastplate and silver pauldrons with a silver helmet, a giant iron and silver flail that it has kind of twirled around twice and is arcing in the air towards you. It does get an opening round attack against you, Morthos. And that is a 23.
Oof. That'll hit.
Okay. That is 20 points of damage. It is now your turn.
Can I flank him with Ollie? Is that possible?
Yes, because it's a 10-foot wide opening. You can kind of go through and around and behind him, and ultimately into the stall that is directly opposite of Oliver.
Then I will flank him with Ollie. I will use my bonus action to move my hex to him.
Okay, it has been less than an hour, so it's still active.
And then
Are you concentrating on that? No, that's. I can't remember what we said. It's non-concentration. That's right. Because I was nice.
very nice. And then Morthos will take his attacks against him.
Okay,
Against
make
him.
your attacks.
The first one just happens to be a crit.
Attaboy.
Yes.
Attaboy. Put him down.
As the crit makes its impact, you watch as the armor reverberates and the crit is canceled.
Oh, nice.
It still hits.
It has crit canceling armor.
So the
Adamantium.
second one will be a 25 as well.
Okay, they both hit.
I think it was an armor.
No,
The
they're
armor
not.
reverberated.
I got a knife.
13.
He kind of animates himself in the armor. It's the same one.
It's an air myrmidon. Yeah.
This guy.
The same one that smashed in June's face.
So that'll be
I'm afraid.
30
30 total damage.
as he looks
Let me
at
sit
him and
this one
says, "For June."
Very good. As you're making your attacks with your sword, you get the sense that it's hurting it, but not as deeply as it normally would,
Even though it's magic.
even though it's magic.
'Kay.
Yep. All right. Very good. Oliver. Morthos has bound around behind, taken several slashes out of his back, and yelled something out about June as it is facing you now.
I'm going to also bonus action move my hex on it.
Okay. Are you concentrating? You are concentrating still. That's concentration for you.
So you need me to roll?
It didn't hit you yet.
Okay. The fireballs did though. Well, one of them did.
Okay, so go ahead and roll concentration. You just need to be a 10 with a con save.
Nope. Wait, with a con save?
It's a con save.
Nope.
Nope.
I try to move my hex. I think really hard. Nothing happens. Ah, shit. Stab, stab. Booming blade action on the first stab.
Okay, booming blade action. This is with which blade?
I'm going to put booming blade on ye old Ivory Crest.
Okay.
Ivory Crest is...
Does that change the damage just mechanically for we talked about
Ivory Crest is gold. Ivory Crest definitely hits. 17 plus a lot.
That hits.
And then the other one might hit. 18?
Does not hit.
Okay.
Please roll the slashing damage separate from the thunder damage of the booming blade.
Okay.
Tell me the thunder damage first.
Thunder damage first. That is a D8, correct?
Yes.
7.
7.
7 thunder.
All right.
Now I'm on to my
As the thunder wraps around it and explodes, it seems to not react in the slightest.
Okay.
to the thunder damage.
22 plus 22 plus 5. 27 damage.
27 damage. All right. Similarly, you seem to, as you gouge into its swirling, windy form, you cut through and you it has some give to it as you're piercing into its side and kind of run the sword up its zephyr-filled body, but it doesn't quite have as much catch as flesh and bone might. So you do damage, but it's not the full Monty. All right, it is now Marishka's turn. As I need you to roll perception.
I hope I don't.
A yeti comes from the tree line.
It's a 7.
7.
Throwing fireballs.
Listen, you are horrified by what is coming out of your armpits.
What have I become?
Allow me to interject here as well. I have,
The
because I
chins on
care
your-
about
on
my
your-
hair.
Your hair, chin.
Yeah. No, eyebrows, like eyelashes, everything. So
She
here's
have
what
a
I'm
moustache?
picturing. So I have a hair kit that I always take with me. And in the hair kit is a tiny pair of silver scissors. And that's what you use for trimming split ends. I am holding the hair that has grown from my eyelashes and eyebrows and crying and snipping like this to try and get it so I can actually see something. I imagine the reason I roll so low on perception is because my voluminous waves are covering my ears, so I can't hear anything. It's just faint crying and just I hate religion. And just trimming and just like swabs of beautiful blonde eyelashes. And I have darker eyebrows, and just falling to the ground like snow. And I don't, so like, you know that scene in Amazing Spider-Man where Stan Lee's in the library, like, checking out books, and then Spider-Man and the Lizard are fighting throughout the library? That's what's happening right now.
Very good.
I don't notice any of it.
Get a haircut, kid.
Exactly.
Very good. So Marishka is oblivious as she grooms herself. Killian,
You got this, guys.
Oh, jeez.
with your passive perception,
Even in my rage.
you, as you're painting and going, out of the corner of your eye, you kind of see Morthos there's a flash of something as he reacts and takes a hit and then dashes into the barn.
Do I notice Marishka out in my passive as well?
No, bring me into this.
Marishka's back is to you as you watch her shoulders kind of.
Yeah, but I see her
Going up.
over there.
Yeah, you do see
Okay.
her.
With one last like slash of a paintbrush, I just throw both down. Hey Mariska, there's something happening. And I run. I think I just need to go like 15 feet
How did this
diagonally to
happen?
see. I just want to be able to see what's going on in the doorway.
As you
Fireball.
approach,
Was it an accident the first time?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And here we are.
you see
Yeah, that was not on
It was
purpose.
a
the
happy
first
little
time.
accident.
you see what you have seen before. You see a giant air myrmidon. Its flail
I had to.
is singing through the air as it's about to be brought to bear on your friends. You see Oliver. Morthos is nowhere to be seen. As Rubius is readying his crossbow and Ray is jumping to her feet and getting her hammer off of her back.
Okay, hold on 1 second. I just want to double check something.
Should I roll now if I heard him, or wait till my turn on the next?
You heard him.
Darn.
Well, I mean, we can roll another perception if you want.
Be honest, I did not see tonight going this way.
God, there's a lot of things that I didn't think could happen. Right.
I didn't think we'd have Cousin It,
It's funny.
and I didn't think we'd use a 300 gold piece diamond on an NPC.
Wow,
But I love it. That's commitment to the character.
that is commitment to the character.
I'm not joking. I love it. Invoke hair on the air myrmidon
That's
for
so
2,000
funny.
2,000
bits.
bits!
Who
Holy
did that?
crap.
Badger.
Oh,
I
Badger.
am
started
a
all of this.
person.
Badger, you are amazing.
Oh, it cannot be a furry piece of adamantine armor that we grasp after this.
My lightsaber's
Oh,
gonna
if
be
Mariska
furry.
sees it, if he gets a glorious mane and I see
Hold
it,
on,
do I get
gotta
auto
think
crit?
about how to do that.
Please.
It pokes out from the armor.
So I call out to Oliver and Morthos. Look out for the moonbeam.
Thanks.
and then I hold Moonbeam
Ready,
until
fire, aim.
they get out of the way.
Okay. Ready, aim,
Okay,
fire.
so you're concentrating on a spell.
Yep.
What is the trigger action?
One of them moves 5 feet out of the radius so that I can land it without hitting one of them. So if one of them moves out 5
Okay.
feet.
Very good. I understand.
Yeah.
You only really see Oliver, so
But
I guess
but,
if Morthos would come running out,
well,
you
can
could
I
try to put it behind him.
yeah.
From your angle,
I knew Morthos went in.
you saw Morthos
so-
go in. So from your angle, you kind of do see the space.
I have more movement speed. So
You
I
have
can
10
get
more
a,
feet of movement.
Yeah,
Yep.
I just move.
So you move closer,
I
10
still don't
feet
see Morthos,
closer?
but yeah, that's fine.
and is that where you wanted to be?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. And you now have a view of even more of the inside. You still do not see Morthos, though,
Okay.
from that angle. All right. As you hold your moonbeam, you look up to the sky, and your signature spell, you feel the power of nature rushing through you as you concentrate and prepare to irradiate this threat from the past that has already killed one of your allies.
Yeah, I'm not happy. There's just
JB, you've heard Killian as Killian has rushed back. You kind of turn around and see what's going on.
Actually, I'm gonna bonus action healing word.
You can't. You're concentrating on a spell. You can't also do another spell.
Oh, okay, that's
Yep.
fair enough.
Yep. So JB, it is your turn.
I will take a few steps forward.
Could I have bonus action
I'm
first?
gonna move all 30
and
feet
then
over.
concentrated on it? Okay.
No. Still
I'm
too
sorry. What
close.
was that, JB?
All 30 feet, just horizontal across the map, so
Okay.
I can be in better sight range. And I can't remember what I cast on this thing before that worked or not, but I'm going to attempt Tasha's Mind Whip.
I think what you cast before was June Go.
Tasha's Mind
It
Whip.
wasn't effective.
Intelligence saving throw.
Can I clarify real quick? If the Air Myrmidon would move out of the threatened radius of what I think is my friends near him, I would also drop the Moonbeam. So it's essentially when I think I have 10
If you
feet.
see an opening.
Yeah.
Yep.
You said it right when you said it. You didn't say just those two. You said if any of them become 5 feet away.
Right. 10 feet.
Perfect.
Okay. Go ahead and I need to roll a save.
Intelligence saving throw.
Okay.
I'm so fascinated by my hair right now.
Do I have any advantages?
No. Don't look.
The
either.
hair god has all of them.
I think you have 2.
Can someone please give me the advantage count? I have 2?
Yeah, you have
All right, I'm using one.
You gotta beat an 18.
Natural 20 and natural 1. Wow.
Take the lower.
Yeah.
So that's a 19.
Really?
-1.
Really? Holy
That
moly, we were
sucks.
that close.
All right.
We didn't have any disadvantages or anything.
So he
So
succeeds.
you take 3 damage. See 3 psychic damage, and
Try again.
nothing else happens.
Ooh.
Okay.
Ow.
He gets a slight headache as hair begins to grow.
As
And then I will use my bonus action as my mage hand will try to push him away from the 2 of them.
you don't see where Morthos is,
That's right. I'm gonna push him 5 feet diagonal.
so
straight
diagonal.
line.
Okay, so I need to resist that. What's
Yes, that's a strength save.
the against
Hold
18
on, it
again?
might be a check. 1 sec. It is against my that. Yes.
Man, that's good.
Features and traits.
This is your level 8 feat that you took, yes?
Correct.
Yep, yep.
So we
That
had,
mage hand is awesome.
Telekinetic.
Telekinetic
saving throw.
adept, I think it is, right?
so we had 4 fireballs and a ridiculous
That's a
amount of hair
10.
growth.
He fails,
All right.
and he is pushed in
Moonbeam
as Moonbeam falls.
triggered.
Does that also give them an opportunity?
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Set up for you.
Does he get an opportunity attack as well then? 'Cause
No,
he moved
he's
up?
No,
forced
because
movement
it's
forced.
not of his own volition.
Oh.
So I need to make another save on
It's a
Moonbeam.
con save.
Con save. All right. Okay. Okay.
No, he came out.
This is also the way we. So the interpretation for Moonbeam Some people play it when the moonbeam hits, and at the start of their turn. Some people play it just at the start of their turn, or if they enter into it on their turn. I've been generous with the interpretation and allow it for the when it first hits and at the start of their turn,
Just
so you
means he'll
can
use it that way
essentially you
against us.
can get double damage. So
Double
Yep.
dipping.
so that's how we're rolling with this campaign, and I can't wait to use it on them. Okay, that is a 19, 17 on the die. So he's half damage on that.
So it's 12 total.
12 total. All right. He does appear to take the full radiant brunt of that damage.
I'm concentrating.
And you are concentrating. So Killian is concentrating. And it is now the enemy's turn. Morthos, from behind you, you feel another swirling force of wind rush forward. And you feel, as you turn, you see there's no armor on this creature. It's just a swirling vortex of air. As this elemental approaches you and goes to, as the hay and straw is whipped up into the air, you feel yourself being lifted off your feet and flung forth. Please roll a strength saving throw.
An 8.
An 8. Okay.
Is that even possible?
As you are flung forth, you are flung directly towards Oliver, and I need Oliver to make a dexterity saving throw.
17.
Oliver, you see it, you duck out of the way as Morthos' body smashes into the force cage and falls down to the ground. You are knocked prone.
Sorry, buddy.
You take 25 points of bludgeoning damage. As the air elemental moves forward and kind of moves up next to...
Did they have to go through the moonbeam to get there?
It kind of goes... It's...
I just wanted
Yeah,
to know,
yeah. It there was a 5-foot gap that it kind of moves through.
Okay.
And it takes one swing at Oliver and one swing at the downed Morthos. Morthos first with advantage because you're prone. That is a 18 plus. 26 to hit.
Yep.
You take 15 points of bludgeoning damage. And Oliver...
Morthos is down.
Morthos is unconscious. That is a 22 to hit, and you take 15 points of bludgeoning damage, Oliver.
This got real.
Yeah.
'Kay.
There it got.
It is now Ray's turn. Ray sees what's going on, and
Let me out.
she rushes up to the edge of the cage and tries to thrust her hand through. You see there's a good berry in it, but the gap is too small for her to actually fit her hand through, because she's a storm giant. And she pulls it back angrily as she goes into a rage, and she unleashes her ranged attack on the air elemental. Would someone please roll her roll for me? And it is +8 to hit.
26.
26 hits. Please roll a d12 plus 5. 17. All right. As you watch as... I feel like you guys are cheating.
Maybe.
And
You don't know.
I can neither
We would
confirm
never.
nor deny. You watch...
Just don't watch this back. That's all.
You watch as Moshi, with his long beard, emerges out of the end of the hammer and kind of calls forth a what looks to be a bolt of energy that strikes. For flavor, it's not lightning damage. It is ranged bludgeoning damage, which it takes, and you watch as it kind of is thrown backwards a moment as she follows up with her second attack. Please add +8.
22.
22 hits.
D12 plus 5?
Yep.
6.
Nice.
Averages out. Max and then min.
All right. So you, this time, I think the one that we had left was,
What are you thinking about?
trying to think of which of the ancestors we've.
Deborah?
We used Deborah, we used Divad, we used Moshi, and
Oh,
It-
who's the last one that gave it to her?
I'm trying to think.
Samuel. What's the Samuel one?
It's Sammy. It's Sammy. As you watch as Sammy rushes forth with the dragon jaw in hand and just smashes through. You watch as the air kind of evaporates for a moment before it collects back again in the swirling vortex that is looming above Morthos's body. It is now.
Oh, is there any hair action happening yet for the air myrmidon?
We're gonna
Oh, okay,
we're
gotcha,
gonna deal with
gotcha,
that
gotcha.
on your turn because
Oh,
this is
then naturally.
this
Okay.
is channeled through you.
Oh no.
Mikyu looks at the air myrmidon and at the air elemental and sees Morthos go down and moves his attack away from the air elemental and focuses on the air myrmidon. And you watch as an ice knife shoots forth from his hand.
Yeah, me cute.
And please roll a d20 for me. And
Somebody over there
and
can
add
do it.
7.
Not Morthos.
26.
26 hits. All right. So please roll the ice knife damage. I believe it's 2d8.
Such a strange
9.
mood.
Plus 5. 14.
Ice knife. That's 2d6.
Oh.
Sorry. And
4.
And a 1. So 1d10 on a hit. The target takes 1d10, and then the 2d6. So 4.
13.
Dex save. That's cocked. That's cocked.
Plus 5.
That's a 7. So he fails. So what's the total?
18.
18.
With the 5 bonus.
All right, very good.
Damage.
And no resistance to cold damage. So he takes the full damage, which, I'm sorry, say it one more time what the full damage was.
18.
18, thank you.
Oh, he takes
So you watch as the ice knife explodes on the armored chest, and its body is slowed for a moment as the cold has kind of choked the air within, and it kind of works itself through.
It needs to make a con save.
It needs to make a con save. It's
It's
not.
his turn, right?
No, this was on Mikyu's turn, which is going the same time as the enemies,
Oh, okay.
basically, and Ray.
hear you.
Yep. So now, Rubius, you're up.
Do I have a line of sight on the air myrmidon?
You have a line of sight on the air myrmidon, which is tall. It's about 10 feet tall as it towers over Oliver, and you can see just past the air elemental, which is swirling in front of you.
It still needs to make a con save because JB went and blew it up, and then that was the first time it entered it, and then it started its turn on.
Right. I haven't actually.
I think it goes next.
I haven't made the air myrmidon's turn, so
Oh, okay.
thank you for reminding me. So I have to make a save. That's cocked.
Should be reminded.
You reminded.
That's a 15.
Fails. So it
Okay.
takes 21.
21.
Nice.
That's
Attaboy.
good.
Wait, are you shooting him?
It's moonbeam.
I will.
Are you using a normal arrow?
Yeah.
Okay.
Could you do that?
He moves up out of the moonbeam
Just an arrow to you guys.
and
By the way, I'm gonna get alt in this now. I don't care.
goes to take a swing at Oliver. First swing against Oliver is a 21 to hit. 15 points of damage. You still up? Second attack against Oliver. Natural 20.
Oh no.
That is 30 points of damage. Are you still up? Oliver goes down
Oh no.
as the Air Myrmidon goes for the third swing against Oliver.
Bring it.
Fair enough. Good thing we have a diamond. Oh, wait.
That
Yeah,
is
good thing we have a diamond.
25 to hit. You have two
failures.
death fails,
Wait a second.
and you are up. You are up before Killian,
Oh, and Morthos is
What
down
happened to
too.
Rubius's turn?
and Morthos is down.
Please do. You have an advantage, right?
This is
No.
the perfect time. to
Somebody
keep
give him
it.
advantage. Somebody give him advantage. Somebody give him advantage.
Can I give
Somebody
one of
give him
mine?
advantage.
All right, Rubius, you watch as Oliver has gone down, and
Ollie
the Air
needs
Myrmidon,
advantage.
which you know has
Bert
already
needs advantage.
slain one of your allies, is continuing
Barry.
to roil its flail above him.
Good bear.
I'm going to shoot it. 22 to hit.
That hits.
Roll a charisma save.
Are you banishing him?
I am.
I still have an advantage, right?
You've won.
Yeah.
I'm
one.
using. Wait, can I? I can't
do.
use an advantage.
Do you have any disadvantages?
We do not.
No,
Do
no
it.
disadvantages.
Do it to it,
I don't
Lars.
know
This
how-
is a
Oh,
charisma
no.
save.
It's a charisma save.
Where did this intensity come from?
I don't
Can I use-
know.
I
I
can use
didn't
it
think
as
this
a
was
Right,
gonna happen.
I'm gonna
It's
roll
not-
this.
Dying would be the most intense thing.
I'm gonna roll this for the chat to see.
Are you putting it on the screen?
Yeah, I'm gonna do it right here to see if the chat can see this.
It ended on an
You got to get it right by the house.
That looks. Oh, that one.
Zoom in on that.
No, that's
I'll tell you right now, it's a 9
and something. 12.
and a 7
oh, 7.
plus 0.
Yes! You just saved Oliver's life.
Maybe.
No, because I'll heal you.
The Air
no, you
Myrmidon
still have to go
disappears
first.
from battle. Please give me your damage.
Oh, that's a very good thing.
No, I go
Um,
before it does.
No.
My damage would
doesn't-
be
doesn't.
10 points of damage on
I
that
go
one.
before
Okay,
you.
that's your first
Oh, yeah,
attack.
it's
10
still
points
true.
of damage as the Air Myrmidon has disappeared into the ether.
Does he have a bonus action? Put the good berry in his mouth.
It is a
have one.
action to give a good berry to an
Everybody has a
ally.
good berry.
The way that I rule it, an action to give a good berry to an ally, a bonus action to
Take
take
it
one for
yourself.
yourself. Same thing with the potion.
Everybody has a good berry at the beginning
If
of every day.
if you are a rogue that has
Right.
that thing,
Keep going.
then
Keep
you can
going.
actually give it to an ally as a bonus
bonus
action,
action.
and
Can I do
yourself
it
as a
in
f-
death?
It's not a skirmisher though. It's thief and
yeah, there are rogues
Bart,
that
Bart
can do
has
that.
2 advantages.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, you still have another attack.
I'm just going to try and shoot the air elemental.
Go ahead and make an attack on the air elemental.
Yo,
Are you
next.
dousing it with poison?
That'd be my bonus action.
True.
22 to hit.
That hits. Roll your
Good for
damage.
you, dude.
Oh no, hair elemental.
11 points of damage.
11 points of damage.
Just
Very
roaming
good.
around in the fields.
I want him to come back from the
Might
plane
I
with
use
the
my
him.
third shot?
You can use your third shot because you have crossbow expert.
I
Oh,
do.
please do not crit fail.
That is a 20 to hit.
That also hits.
We're deep here.
10 points of damage as well.
Okay,
Unless
chunking
we
him down
clear
as the radiant bolts go forth from your ring. They strike into the air elemental, and you watch as it reacts both times, taking the force of the hit as its eyes turn towards you.
Just kidding.
Okay,
Come on.
Morthos, I need a death save from you.
I need a death
Please.
fail from you.
10.
That is a success. Oliver,
Gosh. This
You
is
have
it.
two
This
advantage.
is it.
You have
You-
2 advantages.
you have an advantage.
I am using it.
You can use it.
I will never use
I
that advantage.
cannot.
Please put the tray flat.
You want me to put it in there?
Uh,
No, just
actually, Killian, I need you to look
I can't look.
to confirm
can't
the
look.
rolls.
I can't look.
You know,
I
if he
can't look.
dies, it's going to be your fault.
He's left.
One success. 16.
And was there a fail?
There was.
There.
Chat saved you.
Chat making a difference
9 and
again.
16.
All right, that's a success.
Who's down, Ollie or Bart? Because one of them's gonna live, right?
I don't know. I haven't decided.
Marishka, you are up as
I use
I
one
have
thumb.
to hear this.
this
There's no
commotion
way.
is going on.
I yelled to her.
You were yelled to by Killian.
Brushing your hair.
You're brushing your hair. You are
was
about
snipping.
100 feet away.
So useless.
I bribed you with a cheeseburger, damn it. And now I'm going to bribe you with a gummy bit snack.
You're 80 feet away.
I'm 80 feet? Okay. Oh, nice catch! So,
That's a death save. Off camera. That's a death save.
so did you say I know what's going on, or do I have to make
Nope,
a
it was on
perception
camera.
perception check?
Go ahead and make a perception check.
All right, I'm using one of my advantages.
Okay.
15. 15, yeah.
You are aware that there is a pitched battle going on behind you. You have only had enough time to groom your eyebrows.
There
She's like,
is
screw it.
there
They
is
can
a
die. They
deep
can die.
Hey, you guys!
at every point in someone's life they come to a very stark moral fork in the road of the good thing to do and the glamorous thing to do. I don't hesitate. I stay there and no, just kidding. That'd be horrible. All right, so I saw what's going on. Do I see that people are down with that perception check?
You do not.
Okay, well I'm running
If
30
I
feet,
die.
30 feet over.
I'm playing
There's 30 feet.
Now do
a
I see him?
glamour bard.
It's like right in view.
You see a giant swirling air elemental that has turned towards Rubius.
Oh no.
You do not see any of your allies down. They are obscured by the cart that is here, as well as the air elemental, which is swirling.
But I
Yeah,
do
can put
see
my
it's facing
thing in my
Rubius, you
mouth?
said?
You see it's facing Rubius,
Okay.
yes.
What's that?
You're gonna have to help me with this because with things in the
It's an
way I
action
can't
for
quite
me to
tell.
do it.
Right,
A
and then
wall
you
of
can bonus
fire
action
dropped
heal.
directly on it,
Martha.
with the damage side facing it, not Rubius, going laterally as if like
action for
continuing
you
into
to
the
do.
doorway of the barn
Don't
and
really
poking out a
believe
little
me.
bit. I don't know how to workshop that with the placement so that it's not hitting Rubius. Does that make sense? I'm trying to think of a way that it would separate a
Well,
line between
Let
them.
me remind you that you don't see any of your allies beyond it.
Right, I
so-
do see it facing Rubius though.
Are you trying to get me exploded?
I'm just saying there's a 10-foot burn area coming forth from the
Yeah,
in
it
your
doesn't make
area?
sense.
so you're not confident that you wouldn't be
Okay.
able that you'd be able to avoid your allies.
Yeah, I mean the only reason I asked is because it's facing Rubius, so it's what I don't see anybody down.
Thanks,
Okay.
Titanic.
Um.
JB, you have an advantage.
Yeah,
Drop the
fire
bomb on me.
fireball right in the vicinity. How great.
Go ahead now.
I'm going to cast.
Freaking knew this thing was in there. Freaking knew it.
I'm going to cast chromatic orb. At the first level, but I'm gonna twin it. And
What element are you choosing?
fire,
Naturally.
naturally.
Please don't crit fail.
No, that's not how we roll.
I've been letting her use the same.
And I'm using
Other hand.
advantages.
Says Moonbeam over here.
Yeah, Mr.
So
Slay
broken. I don't have
everyone.
anything like that.
So broken.
So I am using an advantage on the first one and on the second one. So there's gonna be 2. And as I say it, you see my fist. You see this
That'd be-
Sasquatch, this
the odds on
blonde,
this- the odds on that would mean
wavy
yours would-
Sasquatch just stomping, trudging actually, because you can't see the feet, trudging towards the battle, and you just hear, "What does a woman have to do to get some me time?" And she's just gonna blazing hands, just huge, enormous orbs of fire, both at this thing.
And
that I can
as
see.
these 2 chromatic orbs go forth, you hold the diamond out in your hand as you kind of spin it towards the fire. The 2 orbs shoot out and kind of bend around JB to impact onto the earth elemental. First attack
20.
hits. Second attack
That hits for sure.
Okay.
That's 23.
So both of the orbs impact into the air elemental. The air elemental is inflamed for a moment as the high oxygen just ignites with the fire, and its entire body is a swirling vortex of fire for a moment. Go ahead and roll your damage.
First
Please
one.
don't.
Ooh.
You're giving me a look like you want to do something, Adam.
Oh no, I'm just waiting.
First one is
I was waiting for
23
the other shoe
points.
to drop with that.
First one is 23 points.
23 points.
Mhm.
Very
Second
good.
one-
Hold on, let me. Yep. Go ahead.
First one's 23. Second one is 20.
20?
Yeah.
On his
Start
turn.
his turn.
The end of his turn.
Okay, the fire ignites
one
the air elemental, and as the fire burns off, the air elemental is gone.
Oh, praise Jesus.
You got exactly what you needed to do to.
That's another chat save because I gave you the advantages.
That was literally you needed to get 43 points of
Wait, I
damage.
finally killed something?
Yeah.
Oh, what a beautiful day this is.
So
For me,
that
anyway.
Air elemental
You're a
is
Sasquatch.
gone.
Okay, Sasquatch.
As your
Start calling you
adrenaline
Denise.
subsides, your arms held out, you try to push them to the side, and they don't go down.
A single tear
Too
comes
much
out.
hair.
There's
Too much hair.
Who invited cousin it?
Tear comes
Christmas
out and is
stories.
immediately
Why are you so good at
absorbed.
Funny.
Immediately absorbed. She goes, I'm gonna kill anything that looks at me.
As the energy goes forth, the hair swirls outward, wraps around your arms for a moment, as there is a poof of hair that is the finish of your spell, as the hair kind of just slowly wafts to the ground.
What is going on?
And you kind of
This
look
is
at your
so
hands
funny.
and you're like, what
The
just
Hairomancer.
happened?
Wait, so it grew
The
more even there?
Hairomancer.
Your hair, no, your hair did not grow. Nothing grew, but something
got its
happened.
own
happened.
mind.
Oh boy.
It's
You
in-
you
it's-
have a
it's part
Bart
It's
slash Oliver.
part of your spell casting now.
Armpits.
I love it.
Your
Her
spellcasting focus.
Oh, it's the best.
All right.
Wait, who's that? The
That was
superhero with
Mariska.
the
Killian, you are up.
Medusa?
So I think I can
Eternals,
get
yeah.
to 25 feet to both of
Five.
them, right?
10, 15, 20, 25.
Sorry.
You can get up
Warlocks.
next to both of them.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I will Goodberry in the mouth of one
Do it.
of them,
Let me take this off.
and then I will bonus action heal the other.
Okay.
And then I also yell, hey, JB, will you shut the door? And point to the giant barn door and say, please shut the door.
I don't think that's the right choice.
All right. So what are you doing, Killian? You've yelled out to JB. You don't know his response.
Goodberry in the mouth of
It's not the right choice.
whoever's behind. I think Morthos is behind, so Goodberry in Morthos' mouth.
Okay.
Oh,
Good
is
bearing to Morthos' mouth. You have 1 hit point.
And
Morthos?
then
Is he really
bonus
down?
action healing word.
Well, it was a
Aw.
bonus action to give.
I thought you said it was an action to give.
I did say that. It's an action, so you can do this. Yes.
Yeah, so action to give and then healing word onto the.
Go ahead and
old-
roll your d4 and add your
I'm at-
modifier.
This is at second level, so.
Okay, 2d4.
11.
Okay, 11
11
points of
points?
healing to
Yep.
Oliver.
And I'm back.
And all,
All
my
right,
second level.
that was Killian. JB, you heard the direction given from Killian.
Do you
You-
move back out of the way?
I can't.
That-
No, I can't. That was my full.
That was your full movement.
And I can't misty step, so.
Yep.
'Cause
So
I-
you know that the Air Myrmidon will reappear at the end of its next turn, which happens right after you.
I'm gonna use my telekinetic hand to attempt to move Killian 5 feet away from in front of the door.
Do you resist?
No.
Okay, you are
I don't care.
moved 5 feet to the east, JB.
Yes.
Okay.
I need that spot in front of the air myrmidon.
The spot in front of the Air Myrmidon is open.
I will stand there.
Do I feel
and-
like I'm like flying a little bit?
You move up in
And I
front of
will-
that spot.
I will concentrate on a 4th level pulse wave. That when it appears, I will immediately cast on it.
You
Now, my question is, as I knock him back through the moonbeam, does he take the damage
Yeah, he would.
as I knock him through it.
Right? It's anytime he enters into it or starts his turn on it.
Booyakasha. Okay, so let's do this.
Is that right? Hold on, I'll read it. We'll see.
I'm trying to think of if it works the same as the opportunity attack rules. It would not because it is of
When
its
a
own
creature
volition.
enters the
But a
spell area
moonbeam
for the
is-
first time or on a turn.
I would
doesn't
say
say
on a
move.
turn.
I would say yes.
Doesn't say move, yeah.
Enters for the first time, right?
On a turn or starts its turns there. It is
Yeah.
engulfed in
It
Ghost
doesn't
Flames.
matter
It
if they
specifically says
moved
on
or
a
it
turn,
was
not
moved
On
in.
a
I
turn.
think this works.
Right. So hopefully he fails his save.
This is like a heroic action
I'm gonna-
without
Do you have
using
a-
heroic
Yeah,
action.
because the
Do we have any
moonbeam is
disadvantages for him?
Speaking of which.
wow.
All right. So
Okay.
I'm holding that.
You hold that. At the end of its next turn, the Myrmidon appears as it's
Gotta fail.
kind of looking around, trying to bring the flail down onto Oliver's face. You push forth this force pulse that explodes out forward in front of you and smashes into the adamantine armor of the Air Myrmidon. I need to make a save. What is the save I need to make?
Constitution.
Constitution save.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Do I have any advantages?
No.
you use both.
You used the
Nope.
last one.
Yeah, but I mean the chat didn't come through for me.
Weirdly
I
enough,
want to know what the hair.
They felt like this was.
As
was distracted by the
The
As-
hair.
as this pulse wave is going out, you do see that there is a giant afro that is protruding up out of the
what's
helmet,
going on?
out of the helmet of the Air Myrmidon, and it's just so bewildered.
Can I turn my
Disadvantage
advantage?
roll?
Can I turn my advantage into a disadvantage for you?
You cannot.
What does he roll disadvantage as he's confused and his constitution is not as great?
I mean, that would be mechanically nice.
What
but
if he
I'm rolling?
likes the way he looks?
That is a 9.
Total?
Teen.
All
Oh!
right, so there goes my 4th level.
Shaking.
That's pretty good.
So the force blast explodes. He is knocked backwards into the moonbeam. I have to make another Constitution save.
You do.
I'm using a different
Nice
dice. This one's been
job.
rolling well tonight.
7.
That is another 9. 2 sevens.
That's 25.
25.
Radiant damages to your face.
What's the force damage? This is force, right?
Which I'm sure he's resistant.
Gosh, I hope we get
29 force damage.
Yeah, give it
29.
That's pretty good. right
As
there.
the as the
52
Air
points.
Myrmidon is pushed into the radiant aura of the moonbeam, you watch as its armor begins to clamber apart under the force of the blast. As it hits the moonbeam, the swirling vortex of air scatters. Shh. The armor continues forward, slams into something, and falls directly to the ground
halfway through.
halfway through.
Interesting.
Oh,
What do you mean?
Something.
something.
You said it was empty.
Also,
He lied.
JB and Killian make a badass team. Let's be real.
Yeah.
Are we still in initiative?
And the initiative is over.
Somebody say something, please. We're not in battle.
I will say, I just witnessed something strange. Our enemies are gone, but do not enter this barn.
Yeah, I
Let me inspect this place real
yeah, and
quick.
I'll take a look around as,
As
well.
you guys are looking around, Marishka comes walking up.
Hide
Oliver,
behind the
you
tree.
wake. Morthos and Oliver, you both wake at the same time. You look up and you see
We want to hear.
a horrible vision before you.
Ugliness.
Oh no!
Clearly, something happened while you were knocked
Oh,
unconscious.
take my other eye, please. Take the other one.
Because you see a hideous, deformed hair Marishka before you.
Here,
Oh,
Mariska.
boy.
Maybe this is gonna look.
What did I- oh,
Maybe
that's
it's
what I
Mariska.
did.
Maybe it's a
Yeah,
Yeti.
word.
Maybe it's Maybelline.
She just goes, holds her arms out like this, goes,
Hey, what'd you do?
I tried religion. I don't really think it's for me.
Hey, the 70s are over there, girl.
You should have saw. You did something too, 'cause that.
Yeah, it made me really mad.
Well, the air armor thing also had
Snip,
a bunch of hair.
snip.
Kind of looked like yours.
Snip.
I think it's
Great.
beautiful.
Did it look good on him?
It's actually a little
What would make you
ostentatious.
What would make you feel better? Yes or no?
No.
No, it was horrible. It looked terrible.
Okay.
You look beautiful compared to it.
Do you want me to cut
Don't
off your
lie to
hair?
me. I'm snipping with my tiny. Just block at a time.
The afro of the Myrmidon was disintegrated in the radiance of the moonbeam.
Could you
Okay.
prestidigitate this?
Please.
I am sorry, but the way magic works is, I made a trade recently, and I can no longer cast that cantrip. No.
Great. So we have to deal with Mike
Stupid.
smell.
I
for the
can
rest of
try
the trip.
though. With
Please,
my hat.
please, 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 please.
I can't. No, it's not coming to mind. The hat is not working.
Don't look
right
at me. Turns around.
Do
We're not in combat. I'm going behind the tree where no one can see me. And I'm just,
Mariska, do you want me to cut your hair? I have 2 swords.
yes.
Okay.
But there's a lot of hair in places.
Oliver
It shouldn't be that long.
Walks over, a massive kind of gaping wound above his collarbone.
Doesn't matter. This is more important.
I'm gonna cut your hair.
I cast healing word twice onto Morthos and once onto Oliver. Before
Okay.
we leave.
All at level 1, I presume.
Yeah, that's all I got.
Okay, so 2d4 plus 10 for Morthos.
Yeah, gross. 13,
Okay, and 1d4 plus 5 for Oliver.
8.
Very good.
As you're cutting my hair, you just hear Mariska say,
Can
God gives the
Can you
harshest struggles
drop
to his
the moonbeam?
strongest warriors.
I'll
say-
I'll,
as a-
I'll
Julian,
move.
can you
I'll
please
move
move
the-
it over?
I'll move it back. I'll move it back.
Rubius is looking to see if there's adamantine armor left on the ground.
Okay. The adamantine armor is on the
So you're
ground.
gonna ignore me?
Yes.
Taking before he goes in, let's pause. You can have the armor. It's fine.
I need it.
So I moved
who
the
said?
moonbeam back
You
into the
move-
barn.
You move the
actually
moonbeam
killed this
back
beast?
onto. You move the
we
moonbeam back.
did.
You and me.
We did. Yeah.
So
But he needs it.
no, he doesn't.
Yes,
Yeah, I move it back.
he shoots
and
a
I want-
crossbow.
and then I want to take a general look around as we go into.
No,
Okay.
you don't.
It moves
like you
back,
use
and it looks like
I
it.
don't need her. Told you this.
The moonbeam kind of
You're a
gets
terrible ranger.
shorter, going up, and about 10 feet into the air, it rests.
Exactly.
It's seemingly
On a
hitting
secret level.
hitting into something. Yep.
Can't see anything below
Just
it.
keep it
but
at
it,
100.
It is invisible below it. It is
So
hitting
it
into.
looks like the back of the barn.
Yep, you've kind of opened it up at the top of the barn and brought
Yeah,
it
I
through.
appreciate
Yep.
that.
I hate this
Well,
farm.
there's definitely something here in the middle of the barn.
Yeah, did my inspection or arcane check?
Please
go
roll an
through?
Arcana check.
Ooh, even better. Are you helping, or you already looked?
I haven't looked. I'll help you. That's fine.
Can I have advantage? Because of it?
Do you have one? I don't know.
Whatever.
You do have one, actually.
I haven't done any investigating yet. I just moved the moonbeam
You
back.
have one.
39.
Bard opening a salon. now?
No, yeah, 39.
11.
39. It's not enough.
Yes. D&D
I didn't
player.
think so, actually.
I thought you had 40.
You note quite easily that clearly there's some sort of invisibility incantation that has been cast upon some object. And you know that that can be taken care of with Dispel Magic.
Good thing I don't have any third level spells left.
Well, you
Or
were
fourth level. I can't do it. So
This is more important to
tapped.
me.
You can Misty Step out of there.
I
though.
can definitely Misty Step.
Don't we have a scroll of Dispel Magic?
The moonbeam continues to rain down upon the object.
Yeah, I would move it back just in case there was
You
It
do.
moves back and it is still
10 feet
Well,
high.
does
10
the-
feet high.
Does the shadow of the
So
moonbeam illuminate
can
the
I
shape
just?
of
I want to
something?
investigate with it then. I'll move it back
Okay.
and forth to see.
It looks to
JB
be.
says stop.
Just drop it.
Well,
It
tells us
looks
how
to
big
be
the
a
object is.
Until you
space
destroy
about.
it.
Destroy everything back there.
It looks to be a
including the
space
people that we're trying
about
to save.
10 by 20.
Okay, I drop it then.
No, just move it.
Well, did the moonbeam illuminate like with the shadows
Now
of
you
a
want me to just
beam,
move it?
like the shape of
Drop
something?
it or move it.
I do have a spell scroll.
Drop like it's hot Killian.
Boys.
You know, we could long rest here
It says
We
spell
could.
scroll, but it doesn't say what spell. it is.
should.
and then come back tomorrow and
Dispel
dispel whatever the hell
Swear
this
I have a
is.
I think
I
I,
thought
have
you
a
did,
scroll
too.
of Dispel Magic.
Did the shadow of the moonbeam illuminate like the outline of an object or something? Because it's obstructed, so there should be a shadow cast.
It's the way the invisibility
Okay,
works. It
that's
just kind
fair.
of like, passes through.
That's fair. How's my salon going?
Should we shut it and lock it and set guard and maybe come back tomorrow?
I
When-
hate this
when
place!
My magic is a little bit
I'm gonna walk up
okay.
Okay.
and try to touch something that's invisible.
Okay. You walk up. Roll a perception as you try to.
Cocked. It is an 18.
18. You walk up and you put your hand out, and you kind of move forward gingerly, and your hand catches on something. It feels like a thin line of wood, some wood or metal or something like that, and it has a lip, like a curve to it. It kind of, you run your hand along it, kind of curves down, and you put your hands out and it's all solid. And you feel farther, and it's about 10 feet wide as you kind of go from end to end. You feel down further, and there's a gap as it just kind of disappears beyond your reach. And you put your hand down and out, and you feel another piece of wood. Narrow, spindly. You kind of grab onto it, and you follow it up, and it catches a metallic feeling rim. And you kind of run your hand in a circular motion around the rim.
Does it feel like a cart?
It does, in fact, feel like some sort of cart or wagon or
And
something.
it probably feels like it's full. It's not rolling.
It's not rolling, no. As you follow your hand all the way down to the bottom, you meet a stone that is kind of been placed there.
Do you need what do you think it is? You need help with something?
Well, there seems to be some sort of a wooden and metal container in here on wheels.
Oh, shall we get Bill the Burrow to help us out?
Mayhaps. Yes, I don't know if I felt any kind of a collar,
Mm-hmm.
but if we move these rocks, maybe the field of invisibility is in this location and not on the object.
Oh, it's worth a shot.
I'll reach inside, if I can reach inside the cart and see what I feel back there. I hope it's not dead body.
You put your hand in, and it's solid. You reach your hand
Okay.
forward, and it feels like a wall. You kind of trace it up, and it goes up.
It's a carriage.
Seems like a carriage.
Oh, wow. I wonder. I say, is anybody in there? Just don't nod if you can hear me. Speak up.
Roll a perception check.
Can I roll one too?
Sure.
11.
21.
You hear nothing. And then you hear a
Like
Better
a
be
horse.
Holt's horse from way back.
Wait,
Way back.
way back.
Should we? I can probably get this out by myself if you just want to stand back for a second.
Why don't
Well-
you paint on it?
This is
Mm.
the location here of the stones blocking the wheels, and so I move my mage hand in to grab one. So maybe if you unblock that one,
you
we can
pick
both
up
control the.
you take the rock, and you where you think it is, and you kind of feel around, and you feel some girth within your grip, and you bring it forth.
Is he able to get it?
As you bring it forward about 5 feet, you see a stone that is made visible, and you kind of toss it aside.
Yeah, so I'll remove this one. I'll hold the cart. I don't know what's gonna happen if you could remove the other wheels blocker.
Sure, I'll try to find it. And
Okay,
over-
Killian
it
goes
out.
up and after some perceiving with your hands,
You grab horse
you find
shit.
fair enough.
the other stone and you kind of toss
I was
it.
gonna turn into a gorilla.
You
and
watch
just pull
him
it
go
out.
through the motion of tossing it, and a rock
The whole
appears
thing, just the cart
about
just
5
fell out.
feet outside of the range, and
Pull.
Yes, well, let's move this armor. Whatever that air myrmidon dropped, I'll pick it up and put it on my back.
Rubius
Okay.
Rubius went and
He grabbed it.
and grabbed it.
Nice try.
All right. I was just moving out of the way for you. What the hell do I need? I can't wear adamantine armor.
Never stop you in the past.
You were holding a dagger for a while.
For someone just wasted my pretty nice diamond, and I could use some.
That was me. I wasted it. It was me.
Do
All
I-
right.
Can I proceed?
You
I need
can-
all of it.
Literally wasted. it. Didn't even save the guy.
You
Tried.
you don't know how the process works. There is a pretty hefty amount of armor, more than you would need for the hilt of a blade. But
You turn that into a blade, I would murder you.
Make that
But-
into multiple blades.
He has to.
I'm going to.
Multiple blades.
Maybe we should focus on
Anyways.
being
but
No
there is
waste.
you think that if it's melted down and made into the mix with the mithril, which you know you need, there would be left over to forge something else with it.
I'm gonna make it into a blade, and I'm gonna.
What type
bless
of
your
metal is
daughter
this?
with it.
Adamantine.
What'd you
Oh.
say? You're gonna
You
what?
already
It
have
now?
it.
is
Your daughter.
mechanic.
We have
Something
10
with
pounds
me.
of it already.
I'm not sure
Mechanically,
what
it's
that is,
crit
rude.
canceling. So if it is infused into other armor, or
Well, he probably could just wear this, right? It's already armor.
it is
Sounds like a big barrel-chested dude.
So for the purposes of how this works, it's not magical armor in the sense that it will reform to fit the wearer. It is adamantine cast armor that was used for the
For the-
Myrmidon.
okay.
So in order to fit anyone, it would need to be reforged.
I just need mithril.
Right? So you have 50 pounds of adamantine.
It's barely an inconvenience.
It is.
Can I throw this into the bag of
Weighty.
holding?
I don't know if that'll fit.
Can't we just throw the table out of it and put this in there instead?
You tell Ray you want to throw the table out.
She's
of
not here.
You
She's right there in the cage.
Can we just leave the horse to trample on Rubius real quick? Whoops.
so you
It was
you
invisible.
begin to back this
Yeah.
item towards you. As you do so, you watch as the back end of a wagon slowly appears. It is
Fireballs go off.
primarily colored purple.
I pray not.
Interesting.
It has
Ooh.
gold.
mine.
It has
Royalty.
gold trim with a red kind of maroon
Is Yanni inside?
awning roof. Go ahead and roll a perception check.
We'll use my advantage. I will use my advantage, Dom.
10.
29.
29. You look and very subtly there's a door on the back. And on the handle of the door, very subtly inlaid, you see a symbol that you don't recognize. Actually, roll a history check.
Point it out to me.
I will obviously do that. I think it's an 11, but give me 1 second. 11.
Yeah, you don't recognize this symbol. Although it seems familiar, you can't quite place it.
JB, have you seen this before?
Yes, I think I just saw it on your friend's arm.
No.
That's a good guess, though. I like that.
You see it looks to be a you don't even need to roll.
Okay.
It looks to be threads
Basket.
coming
weave.
together into a weave. This is the mark of the Weaver's Presidium.
Weavers.
Mm-hmm. Yes, Killian. This is the mark of those bastards that Phineas is a part of, aside from the Zent,
The magical user ones?
the Weavers.
Oh,
yes.
yeah. I've briefly heard of them before.
I'm not sure if all of them are, but certainly the sect
It's like,
overseeing this area.
it's like
is
good, not great,
I mean,
maybe bad.
Some of them could be
This
bastards.
sect
We don't know
bad.
their whole
Yeah,
life.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Should we get Can you see any traps or anything on this door, or is it locked? Or
Looks good to me.
I
You
don't think
hear
you looked closely.
Killian, with your 29, as you were investigating, you hear another
Out front of it, or
to the front.
yeah, I'll walk around.
You walk to the front, and
kicked by a horse.
there is nothing hitched to it. Instead, you walk to the back stall, and you see a gleaming white horse
Is it a
Shadowfax.
unicorn? Unicorn.
that has no tail, no hair, no feet. Instead, it is wisps of misty air.
What?
That's sweet.
Gosh, I wish I could long rest right now so I could
We got a pet.
speak with it. We already have a pet. Thank you very much.
This one's
His name
cooler.
is Bill the Burrow.
This one's like him but neat.
And it has a saddle and a hitch upon it, which would fit perfectly as you look back at the front two
I
spokes of the carriage.
Not that I think it speaks common, but I telepathically speak to it. And well, hi there, friend.
Mr. Ed voice.
It looks at you and
Oh.
it looks at you and just nods.
Can I get you any? Are you hungry? Are you okay?
It just kind of exhales
Arcana check this horse.
as JB walks up next to you. Go ahead and roll an Arcana check.
And I try to pet it now to see if it lets me.
Yep.
I'm searching for wild carrots.
How's my salon going?
And I say, JB, can I borrow your good berry? please?"
24.
24. You've heard of this before, though you've never cast it. This seems to
Yes,
be
you can pet.
a phantom steed.
Ooh.
However, it is seemingly there's some permanence to it.
I say this is brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
I try to give it the good berry,
And
see
I-
if it eats it.
I'll inspect the cart doors like he asked.
It's a weirdly good horse impression.
Can I roll a carrot check?
Gosh, I wish I could speak with animals right now. Give me a long rest, please.
You know, the only thing stopping us from that is
So
saying
you
it.
have found a carriage. You have found a phantom steed. The deed eludes you.
We found
Is anyone going to go in the carriage? I
well,
mean,
that's what he's investigating the
inspecting the
doors
door
right
now.
now.
Ah.
Could do that
And
on the
that's
next.
where we're going to pick
oh,
up
of course we
next
are.
next
Yeah, it's late.
session. The hour has elapsed. As you look back, there is
Ray can come out now.
a flash of light as the force cage dissipates,
Finally.
That was much more intense episode
and
cow.
Two of us almost died.
To the same thing that killed June.
Oh wait, you guys don't.
That would have been terrible.
and someone did
Not part
die.
of our
Hey.
group.
Hey, JB
You
tried.
did care.
He tried.
How would you have felt if he
Billy knows
died
that.
and we had no diamond?
We are going to give away
terrible.
the. Did we get any new subs tonight?
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
DC had to be pretty low.
My friend
I
from-
wasn't paying attention,
My
so.
friend
We
won the
had 10
dice
10
from
new
work.
subs.
Okay, awesome. 15.
15 new subs.
Wow, okay. So that means we're halfway to giving away another dragon, and we're going to be giving away the minis right now. So if you would like the opportunity to win the stone golem, as well as the dryad and the demon dog,
Rip Bro.
Exclamation point hairball.
then type into the chat right now. Sure. Exclamation point hairball. HAIRBALL. Exclamation point hairball. And you can have your opportunity to win those minis. And we're going to go off air. Stick around and we'll announce the winner. And then please DM us your address so that we can get those out to you. Exclamation point hairball. We are so thankful for those of you who have stuck around and enjoyed this with us. I'm going to give another shout out to Badger. Listen, join me in the Discord. We are going to create
He
that
just
spell, and that's going to be amazing. So I love when the community does
That was my favorite
cool
moment.
things like that. That was hilarious and amazing. And look, you just gave a sorcerer, which has limited spell economy, a new spell. That's a big deal. and we'll have fun figuring that out. All right. We hope to see you next Tuesday night, starting at 7:30 Eastern Standard Time, here on Twitch, as we continue to loot, die, and repeat. Have a good night, everyone. Cheers.